Alright, let's get things going. Hello everyone! Nightbot37 here. We are back with Prosecutor Investigations 2, and after many months, after close to a whole year since this collection first came out, I have made it to the very last case of the collection. Oop, my control was not on. Hang on. There we go. So, we are now on to the final case, where it is Turnabout for the Ages, the final case in the game, and we have made it. I've had a lot of fun with the second game. It's been really cool. I'd say out of all the cases so far, case 3 was my favorite. That was my absolute favorite. We got to play as Gregory Edgeworth. It was great. I loved it. Case 3 is cool. Case 4 is pretty good too. And then Case 5, of course, is gonna be the long case. It's gonna be, I'm expecting it's at least 6 hours long. Might be longer. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in 2 streams. Actually, I might have to do it in 3 streams. But we'll see how it goes. I'm also very excited to get the last of the gallery stuff. To contain as the photo album, of course. Got like the last. Pretty much the last full page of stuff, and then the last of the characters in the compendium. So then, and then of course, wait, the accolades. Let me see that again, because there was two achievements, for this case. Hang on. Yeah, how could you, sir, for saying the worst thing possible to Eustace during his mind chess match in Investigations 2, Episode 5? Oh man. And then right over there, for examining the side gate twice to see familiar face in these Investigations 2. I'll need to figure out what side gate that is, but we'll find out, I guess. And then, of course, I'll get these two immediately after finishing the case, which is the achievement for Turnabout for the Ages, and the achievement for a well-worn organizer. So I don't know if I'll actually get this one. I don't know if I'll actually get this one by the end of this, because I don't know if I actually hit all the ladders and step ladders in the game. There might be quite a few step ladders I missed. I'll have to go back through everything and check it all out again, see if there was anything I missed. Who knows? So, overall, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say, personally, in terms of rating the cases, I'm gonna say the weakest case so far was probably Episode 1. It was the first case, of course, but it felt much longer than it should have been. it was definitely a longer case compared to other first episodes, but it didn't feel like it really gave much to. Though it did start off the plot, so that is true. But like honestly, all the cases are really good. It's just I think like out of all of them though, I think this one was probably on the lower end of things. Anyways, it's time to get started. Episode 5, Turnabout for the Ages. Here we go. Episode 5, Turnabout for the Ages. We're back in the committee. Oh. What is that? Oh, you know what? In the last case, in the last case when we got to the building, there was something about a movie being shot or something, because there was like cut actions. I wonder if this is about that. Yeah, it absolutely is. That's the same guy we saw earlier. Well, this is how Investigations 2 ends. A giant monster rampage. Well, the city's under attack. We're gonna have to go underground and survive. April 6th, 10:02 a.m. Bigg Building. Wow, it is still early in the day, huh? So, what's next for the great Miles Edgeworth, huh? Wait, you are excused but not being a prosecutor no more, ain't you? Yes, I am. no longer a prosecutor. It's hard to believe, and yet I became a prosecutor again in Dual Destinies 7 years from now. I can't stop thinking about what Mr. Tequila said. Me either. Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? This isn't over. My mic's on. Okay. We still don't know who the mysterious figure in the red raincoat at Gorder Lake was. Or who really wrote that letter. We've been dancing to somebody else's tune this whole time. But whose? Still can't let it go, huh? You're like a dog with a dang bone. Both of y'all are. Well, I got me something important to do, so I'll catch up. Some other time, I guess. Wow, you have a news story to chase already? You're trying to patronize me, girlie? You better got news stories. More than you can shake a stick at. A good reporter always has 3 or 4 leads bubbling away in an old scoop pot. Uh-oh. Somebody, please. Whoa, what now? Oh, it's Penny Nichols. Please, you have to help me. Oh, do I know her? What's the matter? Something happened. It's a body. It looks almost like a monster might have... A monster? I'll be. Amy, I'll smell the sweet, sweet smell of scoop soup. This way, hurry. All right. Well. What? That was her run cycle. That was amazing. But you know what? Adds a lot of character. What's happened now? What indeed? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Well, there's definitely some footprints here. 10:05 a.m. Bigg Building, empty lot. Huh? These look like... Yep, footprints. This right here is photo gold. Footprints. But how big would a creature have to be to leave a prints like that? Mr. Edgeworth, look. Oh no! Lang in the Oh no. Shulong Lang. What's he doing here? Wait, the guy on the floor, that's... No. Okay, so... alright, so he's dead, but that face... that kind of makes it a little hard to take this seriously. Unbelievable. Agent Lang! Mr. Prosecutor, how'd you get here so quick? I was just on trial. What? It's a long story. What's going on here? You don't think that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out myself? We can't blame him for being on edge, I suppose. The leader of his country is dead. Speaking of which... The body is lying inside one of the footprints. What on earth happened to him? If he was stepped on, it would be a very different picture. So he probably wasn't crushed to death or anything like that. Monster! Monster? What the heck y'all want me to say, huh? That right there's monster prints, mister. That big old bad old Torosaurus done stomped right through here. Ain't never been sure of nothing. What? And I suppose you mean you are sure. That one here is the scoop up all the other scoops and buried them 10 feet deep. Again, I'm gonna be saying scoops a lot today, it seems. Man trapped by a giant monster. That'll leave with that and never pay from here to Honolulu. Ugh. Ridiculous. There's no such thing as monsters. Wait. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Dijur Wang. Your efforts on behalf of Shangfa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis. You are the assassin we've been looking for? In a sense, yes. A sense someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. And that contract did indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Rang. Oh boy. Did he finally manage to... Uh-oh. Ew! Did you discover the body? Yes, that is... Oh. What are you doing, Agent Lang? Lang Z says... I'm about to accuse a random person, am I? Begin at the beginning, with the first person to arrive at the scene. Well, did you really just discover the body? Yeah, he is accusing her. Yes. Hey, go easy on her. Can't you see she's scared? I don't think he's in the mood to go easy on anybody. Nobody's getting easy today. Do you have any idea who's that lying dead over there? That's President Wang, the leader of Zhangfa. Hold it! Please, Agent Lang, you don't seem your usual self. In more ways than one, in fact. When we first met, you had more underlings than I could count. And you were known for your unrivaled arrest rate and your cool head under pressure. Now the underlings are gone, and you've forgotten the fundamentals of police work. What happened? Yeah, what did you just say? Shouldn't you be looking over the scene instead of accusing the first person you run into? It wasn't me who's forgotten the fundamentals. Yeah, I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. I was just about to get started. Good. That seems to have calmed them down a little. You should take a look around too, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, I think we should. At least until the police arrive. I'm not strictly supposed to conduct investigations anymore. Nobody need to do no looking around. I done told y'all who did this. It was Torosaurus. My name ain't Lockhart. Wait. Not who did this. What did it? Yeah, that. You quite finished. We have an investigation to be getting on with. Step aside, please. I can't hold me around no more, mister. You step out of my dang ways, more like it. Y'all mess with his scoop of mine, there'll be heck to pay, and then some. Besides, you ain't a prosecutor no more. You can't order me around. She's right. Excuse me. Oh, the woman who found the body. Where do I know her from? You're Mr. Edgeworth, right? Do you remember me? Oh, yes, of course. We met on, that case. No way. You two know each other? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. From somewhere. I don't know. You're gonna have to help me out here. What case was it again? Something about was it about the samurai? The steel samurai? Something about that. Great to meet you. I'm Gambit, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Wow, I never knew you had your own adorable little assistant. Your own adorable little assistant. I'm Penny Nichols. I work over at Global Studios. I'm in charge of props. It's nice to meet you. Ah, of course. Now I remember. One of my old cases involved a murder on the set of the Steel Samurai TV show. She was a member of the crew, and thus a person of interest. Our paths must have crossed several times while it was all going on, and yet I'd completely forgotten her. It's good to see you again. So if you're here, I guess that means that's right. And we're here on location filming for Global Studios. It's kind of a big feature too, to tell you the truth. I was first in today. I wanted to make an early start. But then I noticed something was wrong. The footprints and the body. We'll take a closer look at the body just in a moment. In the meantime, I can ask you to notify the police. Yes, of course, right away. I'll need to speak to her at length a little later. But first, let's go over the scene. There's plenty to look at besides the body. I'll need to examine everything in detail. Empty lot. So it looks like we can't go up there yet because she's blocking the way. Because I assume we can go up there and need the stairs. You know what? I think... Hey Lotta, how you doing? I know you said get out of your way, but I'm gonna be in your way while I talk to you real quick. What is it now? Can't y'all see I'm busy? Call me as women to work, you know. Why are you so obsessed with the idea that this was a monster attack? Monsters don't exist. Surely even you know that. What did you... You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Torosaurus is real, dang it. I know that for a fact. For a fact. And how is that possible exactly? Because I done seen him. What? You saw Torosaurus? Where? How? Heck yeah, I seen him. Big bad bull himself, right there in front of me. I was up at the 51 over the Bigg Building just yesterday, right? Gathering materials for your story on the underground auction. Yes, we remember. Well, ain't you just Mr. Memory Man? That's right. I done seen him right when I took that photo. It's interesting this is like back to back with the previous case. The person in the red raincoat? Miss Ringer, right? Yep. Y'all see that blind right there next to the little raincoat? Redcoat? Well, I guess it was on the other side of it at the very moment. That's right. Torosaurus. If we don't see anything there, though. There's nothing there. Well, I can't really capture every dang thing. It was just a little too far away, that's all. But I seen alright. Boy, did I. Torosaurus' big ol' eyes staring right at me, peeking right in the window. A window-peeking monster. Surely if it was real, it would have made national news or something. Anyhow, I don't get done be shooting the breeze with y'all. I got snaps just now. Reporters do Report! Quit bugging me, will ya? Go on, kid. His entire story was ridiculous. You didn't believe a word she said, did you, Mr. Edgeworth? Isn't that obvious? Please don't tell me you believed a word of that, Kay. No, I totally didn't believe a word of it. Why would you think that? Anyways. Oh, ladder. Hang on. Ladder. Yes. No. This looks like equipment used by the lighting department. Oh, wait. I just remember there was something I wanted to ask you. Could you maybe light me up when I'm doing the next robbery? Help me look super cool. You want me to shine a light on you while you're committing a crime? You bet I do. What's so weird about that? Besides, you're not a prosecutor anymore. You can't tell me what I can't do. What's the point of me doing my great thieving in the dark? The folks in the cheap seats won't be able to see a thing. Wait, you're imagining you'll be committing this robbery in front of an audience? I guess we'll start with this next. This thing in front of the trailer here looks like a monster costume. What? That's a costume? You sure the creature that made these huge footprints didn't just shrink or something? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. This thing in front of the trailer here, it looks like a monster costume. A costume! How can you possibly think? Okay. Anyways. I guess I'll examine the lock. This equals, where does this exit lead? That? Oh, onto the grounds of the Bigg Building. It's another case with direct ties to that same building. Building with a hidden 51st floor used to store the lots for illicit auctions. I guess it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it turned out to be hiding yet more secrets. Bigg Builder jotted down the organizer. Alright. Look at this chain and padlock. Look at that. Somebody cut the chain. They did? I'm sure it was still intact when I left yesterday. I'd say it's possible that this is where the killer entered from. Oh, that's the side gate. Okay, so we found our side gate. I'm gonna examine it again after this. Yeah. What's the matter now? Look at that huge dent. How did that get there? You're right. That is a big dent. It would have taken a sizable object to make it, and a heavy one too. That wasn't like that yesterday either. Wasn't. I guess that means the dent must have been made last night at some point. Okay, time to examine it again. So the grounds of the Bigg Building lie beyond this gate. To look at it from here, you'd think it was just an ordinary building, huh? There he is! Him and Maya, right there. I see that also. I see the head of Maya. Like that. I see the head of Maya. No, I see the monster head up there. There's no one really special around to speak of either. Well, no, from our current vantage point, at any rate. Who could possibly be here? And we don't have time to ponder such things. We need to investigate this entire lot. Right over there. Where you found him? Okay, I guess I'll examine the body now. It really is him, huh? Certainly appears to be. Same man we met only a few days ago. So this time, the president really did get assassinated. If that is what happened, the assassin certainly chose an intention-grabbing method. I must scout the scene and expect anything that catches my attention. I'm not sure this would be to kill his work, to be honest. Because it feels like he'd do something a little more discreet than something like this. Huh? What's this white thing here? Wait, it's bone. Does that mean 2 murders? Looks more like a horn. Looks more like a horn than a bone to me. Boop. No obvious wounds, but he's definitely not breathing. So it really was a monster. Trampled by a giant creature. Impossible. Was he stomped on? Huh? There's something stuck to the front of his clothes there. Yeah, speckles of a yellow substance. Bet it's monster jewel. Yeah, that must be it. Please, Kay, can you at least try to be sensible? We need forensics to tell us what it might be. Alright, it looks to be pretty much everything the body can tell us for now. I better note it all down. Ramsey knows jotting down the organizer. Alright. Bam. The body is surrounded by pieces of smashed up concrete. Yes, they look to have been thrown clear when the ground was broken. Phew! Set flying by the mighty impact of a giant creature's foot. Sure, assuming this was the work of a giant creature. Monster footprints stated John Down, the organizer. Just look at the shape. I know a hoof when I see one. There's only one thing that could possibly be the footprint of an enormous, terrifying beast. And it's not just the one. There are 3. 3 footprints? But you know that's impossible, don't you? You know that monsters aren't real. Sure, I probably know that somewhere deep down. But it's way more fun to believe they are. Our job is to pursue the truth, Kate, not to believe what feels most fun in the moment. I think that's everything. Guess I'll try talking to Lang.
So, Mr. Prosecutor, we meet again. I know, I was absent this whole game, and had a cameo in Case 2, and now I'm back. I'm back for the finale of the duology.
Yes, we saw you at the detention center the other day, too. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang?
You could say that. Nothing you need that need concern you, though. Yeah, you really have a habit of showing up in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're a bad penny, a bad omen, a bad smell rolled into one. Just stay out of my way right now, okay? I've got a present to avenge.
Why are you here again? I love that. Why? I love that it's like, why are you here when it's obvious he's here because the president's dead here. But, you know, probably a bit more of like why he's already here. You were already at the scene when we got here. Why? What were you doing in the area?
What am I? A suspect?
You might be. Look, I heard a scream and came running, okay? Guess it was our friend from the crew.
Came from that gate over there. Somebody already got rid of the lock for me.
Not completely, I can still see it on the floor there. Perhaps I already did.
When I got here, I saw a movie girl running out of the other gate.
In other words, he arrived right around the same time we did. So you had business here at Bigg Building.
Something like that. A day of destiny, let's call it.
He was similarly enigmatic when we saw him at the detention center.
Let me guess, you're a huge Creature Feature fan, so you came to see them filming the Taurosaurus movie?
Creature Features? What do you think I am? Not the type of person who thinks a creature might have done this, I hope. President rang. I'm sorry about the president. You have my deepest condolences.
Thanks, he was a great man. Shang-Fa would be lost without him.
You and he were close, correct?
It all started when he had my father. That was our big break. Our family kept him safe. That was the most important duty, and our most sacred. He gave my father medal after medal. They had to come up with new ones just for him. In the end, there were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will and testament. Those medals, or that duty, they're our greatest pride, our family jewels. Yeah, never thought we'd be unsealing that will so soon. Wow, it sounds like your family and the president were super close. But wait, when that whole thing happened back at the lake, you weren't with the president then, right? Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It's like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit.
I wonder what happened 12 years ago.
Well, regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Shang-Fa might not be a big country, but he held that place together. Damn it! What was that security detail thinking?
I imagine you've already contacted the embassy.
Of course I have, and the government, and my family. They'll be going crazy right now thinking about what needs to happen with that will. And things will be getting crazy here soon, too. Those bodyguards will be all over the place. If you're not a fan of trouble, I'd leave before they get here. Look, Mr. Prosecutor, these days I'm a one-man outfit, a lone wolf. They won't be letting me lead this investigation, but I've still got fangs, and I can still bite back. I'll find whoever did this, and I won't let you or anybody else get in my way.
I still have this? Really? Okay.
Take this pin! That's the pin your assistant always wears, right? Yep, represents nature's toughest and fiercest creature, the Yatagarasu. Pretty cool, right? Toughest and fiercest. Isn't it just a bird? Sorry, but I'm not about to let that pass. Lang Z says, let me look at this again. The wolf outstrips the raven in every respect. That little black bird of yours won't even survive even a single swipe of a wolf's claws. Those are big words, Mr. Sirs howls a lot. But do you know but you know what us thieves say? The raven is pretty darn amazing. I can peck you to bits and then fly off with stupid claws, so I haven't got close. If a wolf can't jump, I'd snap you out of the sky where you can fly away like a coward. I just saw my wings super hard and blast you across the room. Yeah. I've had... I haven't had to endure an argument like this since elementary school. We are not children, everyone. Ugh. I'm sorry I got a little upset before finding the body. You were working here alone. That's right. I came before everybody else so I could get everything ready. But as soon as I walked through the gate, I saw the footprints. Monster prints first thing in the morning. That must have been a real shock. It was. They weren't there when I left yesterday evening. I'm sure of it. So the footprints must have appeared late last night. All I'm saying is that everything. All I'm hearing right now is that everything in this place happened last night, after everyone was gone. At first glance, I thought maybe they were part of the sets. But then I got closer and I saw that somebody was lying in the middle of one of them. You didn't notice until you were right up close. Yeah, my eyesight just seems to be getting worse and worse lately. I think I need new glasses. I didn't notice it was the body until I was right by it, which is why I got so shocked and ran away. That must be when we bumped into her. Movie shoot. So you're shooting a movie. It wouldn't happen to be a Steel Samurai movie, would it? Nope. Oh. He's disappointed. His dreams have been crushed. This one's a creature feature. You know, the Torosaurus movies, right? I'm afraid not. You'll have to forgive Mr. Edgeworth. He only cares about the Steel Samurai. That's so... That's not... You don't have to air that out loud, Kay. Hey, that's alright. Not everyone's a fan, but soon they will be. He's back. 12 years size. The big bad bull himself, Torosaurus. It's the first Torosaurus movie in a long time, so the crew's super excited about it. And parts for us set here at the Bigg Building, so we've been shooting on location. That explains what we saw yesterday. What's happening here? What's going on in the building? Just stay calm and talk to me, kid. Cut. I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie. Could you, That must be what they were filming. So does Torosaurus smash the Bigg Building to pieces in the movie? I bet he does, right? Well, you like to know. But you'll just have to wait to find out in the theater. Here, you can have this if you like. Oh, thank you. Legendary Torosaurus vs. Gordy. Epic rivalry is born. Torosaurus vs. Gordy. Gordy. Huh. That's right. It's not just Torosaurus on his own this time around. He has an arch nemesis. It feels like it's starting to feel like this called Godzilla vs. Kong years in advance when it first released. You know Gordy, right? The monster from Good Lake? Oh yeah, wasn't everybody talking about that a couple years back? Hey, this old thing. The mysterious creature in the lake showed up in that one couple's photo. Not only were people talking about it, it played a major part in one of my cases. A case that I was not even the prosecutor of, I was the defendant. Not to name I'm too wild about hearing again. The director's fascinated by the stories, which is how Gordy wound up in the movie. A little behind the times, but better late than never, I suppose. Just wait till you see those two legends cheering into each other on the big screen. Reach a feature fly, dated John Down, the organizer. This reminds me of something I've seen already. Hang on. I'll present that to her later. I think we need to learn a little more about the security situation here on set. Miss Nichols, is the set kept locked overnight? Yeah, we use one of these. A combination lock, huh? So anybody who knows the code can get in and out? And was that lock in place when you arrived this morning? Yep, everything was locked up tight when I got here. Who knows the combination? Oh, the producer, the director, the crew, the actors. Basically everybody was working on the movie. So any member of the cast or crew could have opened the lock and entered. That's a lot of suspects. Okay, so there was something so given by his words, there was something I had to present. So let's see. Probably the monster footprints.
Torosaurus really does have hooves that split in two like that. Please don't tell me you think the president was trampled to death by Torosaurus too. No, I remember the movie crew, remember? I don't believe he'd ever kill anybody. No creature inside a movie should ever harm anybody outside of a movie. That's the golden rule of creature feature community. Luckily, it's also impossible. Okay, maybe not that. What if I look up the crime scene notes? Wait, that's... Oh, you recognize it. Huh? Oh, sorry, I must have been thinking of something else. I really do need new glasses. I'm such an idiot. It's really not something to get so upset about. I guess the building? Nope. He made it sound like I needed to show something to her. What if I just show the flyer again? Taurus is kind of a symbol of nature. That's why he destroys the city. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He can attack with his horns, but that's not the only trick up his sleeve. He can bellow out shockwaves, drown people in jewels, squirt them with milk. What? Well, wait, what was that one I just said? Hang on. Wait. Why? Just why? I said that out loud without realizing it. God damn it. He can stop the game with bark his smoke, make little cute items out of leather. Those don't sound like super tough attacks, but they'll sure look good. It's our job to make sure of that. And I hope you succeed, for the sake of your entire industry. There must be another Steel Samurai movie somewhere in the future. It must happen. Is there anything else I haven't checked out yet? It probably is about that time I need to piece stuff together. What we got? I got 5 pieces of logic. Oh boy. Front gate on the castle crew. So I think this works like I think it would work like this. If it was still locked, that means someone must have gone. That means no one could. That means it could have been any of the cast and crew because it was still locked tight. Am I right? Yes. The combination lock on the gates leading to the plaza was intact when Miss Nichols arrived, but the lock on the gates leading out to the side of the big building had been cut. What does this tell us? Easy, that the killer used the side gate. Precisely, and it tells us something else important too. Namely that our culprit didn't know the number for the combination lock. You're right, it would have been way easier to come in that way if they did. But instead they chose the classic thieves route, the lesser known side entrance. This is no run-of-the-mill criminal, Mr. Edgeworth. We need to keep our wits about us. I'm not sure we should be excited by that fact, Kay. Anyway, we know that everybody working on the movie knew the combination, which makes it likely that our culprit wasn't a member of the cast or crew. Reset locks data jog down the organizer. Alright. Anything else? Dented fence, 3 footprints. I don't know, let's find out. Nope. That's not quite right. That'd be admitting there's a monster. What do I do? That might work. Nope, that wouldn't work either. Ugh. Okay, last. Well, no, that definitely won't fit. Is there anything? I haven't checked this out. What's this bit of a metal stick thing? Is it for climbing trees or something? No, it's a camera crane. It's used for filming from an elevated viewpoint. There's no camera crane attached, but it would usually be positioned at the top there. Gotcha. Sounds perfect for casing the place for a burglary. Mind if I go ask somebody about borrowing it? And how do you propose to transport it if the answer is yes? Easy. You take the bottom, but I'll take the top. So I'm helping now. And if we got one little step at a time, we'll be back to your place before we know it. And we're walking it back to my house. Oh wait, got something here. Hey, these are those plastic sheets you put down when you have a picnic. They're plastic sheets, that much is true. But don't think that's what they're used for. Huh? Want me to explain, Mr. Edgeworth? Those are waterproof sheets. We use them to protect the camera when it's up in the crane. If it starts raining while we're shooting, we can just cover it up and keep going. See? So they must be pretty big, right? Oh, yeah, they have to be able to cover the whole rig. Wouldn't be much point using them otherwise. The weather was pretty patchy yesterday, so we wound up using them quite a bit. I got nothing from that. Cool. Is there anything I haven't looked at yet? There's really nothing I haven't done yet? Hang on. Oh wait, maybe the... Oh wait, now I think about it. Never mind, that won't work. I don't know, maybe I have to present something to Lang. Oh, that's K. Sorry, K, not yet. Why are you shoving this in my face? You gotta be careful I don't bite it. Yeah, perhaps I'd better put it away. Yeah! What are you shoving me that for? Curse whoever killed President Wang. I got pinged, hang on. Pinged on Discord. On Discord. I'll oh, that's okay, it's not urgent. I can reply to that later. I'll find them. Usually if I don't. Forgive me, Agent Lang. I didn't mean to upset you. He seems to find it hard to keep a cool head where the president is concerned. Unsurprisingly, I guess. Can't help but feel a little sorry for him, huh? Isn't there something we can do? Yes. Listen carefully to what he has to say and try to help solve the president's murder. What? Want to talk about Torosaurus? With everything else that's going on? I'm certainly not saying that the creature could be all culprit, but he's not unrelated to the case. If there's anything you could tell us, I'd be very much obliged. Well, President Wang had a Torosaurus toy from way back when. I saw it a couple of times over the years. That's why I recognized it. The stuffed toy. We saw it on the presidential plane, too. If even the leaders of other countries love Torosaurus, he must be famous everywhere. Dogs go blah blah in other languages, right? Cats go meow, and roosters go cocorico. So what noise would a Torosaurus from another country make? We don't even know what noise our own Torosaurus makes, do we? That didn't even give me anything. Okay. Nope. Okay, so that's the same thing as before. It's the first investigation segment, and I'm already lost. Let me just go ahead and just connect these two things I never connected and find out what happened. I didn't think so. There's gotta be something I'm missing. Edward's words hinted that I had to present something to her, I think. I already found that. I'm 40 minutes in. I'm still in the first investigation. I'm completely lost. Oh god. I might have to look at a guide. I might actually look at a guide. I don't know what to do. Hang on. Lotta, help me out here. And it's this whole thing from before. Might actually have to look at a guide for this investigation, because I literally do not know what I'm missing. I can't leave either. everything's checked off, so I'm gonna have to. Hang on. Don't know. Do I truly not have anything? Do I have to talk to Kay, I guess? Can't believe we ran into Agent Lang. Here of all places. He seems a little out of sorts though, huh? He does, but that's not to be expected. That's to be expected. He's from Jangfar after all. We can't expect him not to be affected by his president's death. Hey, where were the guys in the black suits he always had with him? I thought they never left his side. Where indeed? What happened, Agent Lang? Can't believe somebody murdered the president. Well, I say somebody, but maybe I should say something. You don't really believe that, do you? That a giant creature trampled him to death. What? Are you saying that's not what happened? And who did kill the president, huh? It could have been any number of people. President in his position is never short of enemies. Shelly killed himself was hired to go after him, as we know. So you're saying maybe someone like Mr. the Killer murdered him? I can't say anything for certain, but it's a possibility. Right, just like the possibility that a monster killed him. There's a monster probably lying in Mr. Edgeworth. What else could it be? And there's a horn thing right by the body too. The horn thing. I guess we can't say for sure that it's not related to the case. Maybe we should compare it to some of the evidence we found. Oh, deduce! I gotta deduce something, for crying out loud. Okay, here we go. This could be one of Torosaurus' horns, couldn't it? You're right, it totally could. Maybe it's part of a prop in the movie. If it is, it must be from something pretty big, judging by the size. What's doing on the ground here? We just go in the crew. Maybe they'll know. Okay, now I talk to Penny. For crying out loud, broken horn. This horn, do you recognize it? Huh? Oh, that's part of one of Torosaurus' horns. It's from a model we use for promotional stuff. Where did you find it? On the ground near the side entrance. That's weird. We keep a replica of Torosaurus' head up on the roof trailer over there. And it's quite large, I assume. Oh yeah. Well, not as big as the real thing, obviously, but it's still pretty big. It's just up there, see it? Right there. That really is big. I think I have more logic to use. Dented fence. Broken horn. Bada bing, bada boom, we found our dent. Both the dent in the fence and the broken horn weren't there yesterday, according to our witness. Which leads me to wonder. Wait, you think that the giant Torosaurus head could have... I do. I think it could have well have rolled off the trailer roof and landed on the lot below. It seems more than possible. It also means... Bam, bam, bam. Crushed by a monster. Crushed by the head. There's no sign of a murder weapon anywhere. Oh yeah, there isn't. Now this is still only a possibility, but if the Torosaurus head somehow fell from the roof up there, yeah, that could kill somebody for sure. And Miss Nichols, would you mind if we took a look up on the roof of the trailer? You want to go up there? Sure, I don't see why not. Knock yourselves out. Oh, but don't do literally. The steps can be kind of slippery. Alright, I'm done here. I found out what I need to know for now. What might that be, I wonder? Oh. Alright, it's the boy. Silence. Move, move, old man. What did you say to me? You need to learn some manners, kid. Oh. Now, you need to learn when you're in the ray. Quit whining and get out of here. What the?
Oh, I'm so sorry about him. Sean, apologize to the nice man. Yeah. I'm out. Come on, Sean, you know you can't speak to people like that. Whatever. Who the heck was he? A policeman, that's Sue. Why would you want to antagonize him like that? Yeah. Yeah, I thought there was gonna be a troll for a second there. I don't think I've ever seen anybody stand up to Agent Lang like that. Oh, let me introduce you all. Everybody, this is Sean Fenn. He's the star of the movie we're making. The star. This little boy. Hi there, I'm Kay Faraday. It's great to meet you. Sean, this is Miles Edgeworth. He's a prosecutor. A prosecutor? A prosecutor? That's right. And pretty famous one at that. If he's a prosecutor, where's his badge? He still doesn't pull any punches. Oh, you might not want to get too close, Sean.
She's right. It's no sight for a child. But he's involved in this. But he's involved in all this nonetheless. I'll need to speak with him. I guess I'll talk to him real quick. Hello. It was Sean, wasn't it? Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Are you really a prosecutor? You look just like an old guy to me. I am. Old guy. Charmed, I'm sure. I'm only a... Oh, I don't have his age. Badge first, then we'll talk. I don't have my badge right now. How do you expect people to believe you're a prosecutor? Ugh. Ugh, he's not the friendliest, huh? Want me to try talking to him? Why not? I doubt it can hurt. I never was good with children.
Sean, so you're an actor, right, Sean? Yeah, so what? That's amazing! You're so cool. It's not that big of a deal.
Guy's approach seems to be having an effect.
So, those horns of yours. Yeah, what about them? Oh, those? The makeup department made them. The character he plays has a special psychic link with Torosaurus, and the horns allow him to communicate with his giant friend. Isn't that right, Sean? Just shut up, will you? I don't need to know all that stuff. Oh, sorry.
Well, the power dynamic here seems pretty obvious.
So that's kind of amazing, huh? The lead character in a movie? While you're still in elementary school. That's crazy.
Yep.
Oh. Sean's actually 13. He just looks a little younger. What? But look at him. He's so little and cute. And the backpack. I just thought the backpack's part of his costume. He's playing a role, remember? Yeah, I guess he is, huh? But he is kind of small, you have to admit. We try not to talk about that too much in front of him. I just stop telling him stuff they need to know. You know. Oh, I'm sorry.
So it's all part of the role, except for the carton of milk, maybe.
President Lang, the dead guy. That's the president, right? Yeah, you knew him? A little. I met him once.
He's meeting with presidents now.
Guy's a real piece of work. Hey, you can't say that. He's not nice. What was so bad about him anyway?
Nothing.
Huh? Don't want to talk about it? Fine, I guess. Oh, President Wing was working with us in the movie.
Working with you? How exactly?
He had a part. Just a cameo, nothing big. So he came to look around the set one time. That would have been when Sean met him.
Why put the president in your movie?
We heard he was a huge fan of the original Torosaurus, so the studio offered him a little role. They figured it would be good for ER. Last thing I need is an amateurs on my set. I told you before, Sean, you can't talk about people like that. And I told you to shut your mouth.
I guess he's not too thrilled about the idea of performing alongside non-professionals. Do.
Oh, here. What's this? Oh, wait, from yesterday?
A photograph.
Yeah, I just got them printed. You can keep it if you want. Wow, such a great picture. And you brought it especially for me? That's so kind, thank you. No, I just happen to have a spare, that's all.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but can we take a look, too?
Oh, sure, here.
So it was taken yesterday. No footprints. Certainly no body. Behind the scenes photo data, John down the organizer. I'm gonna go up top. Actually, would you mind coming up here, coming up there with us? Oh, sure. After you. Here we are. So this is the Mighty Torosaurus. Huh. He looks different from before. Here, he's way cool on the flyer. What's the weird nose ring on this model? Oh, I forgot. You two aren't Torosaurus fans. This is the original Torosaurus design from 12 years back. What? Huh? So, what's the one on the flyer? That's the all-new Torosaurus. They gave him a makeover especially for the movie. He looks so much more contemporary now, don't you think? A makeover? He's totally different. This one's... it's just... a cow. Well, he is just a cow. Or at least, he wasn't really based on a cow. He is a monstrosity. He's a moonstrosity. Moonstrosity? Yeah, the cow. The man's best friend. Being imagined as a terrifying monster. It totally makes sense if you think about the whole relationship with nature, right? That was the original concept. I think the concept might be a little lost on me. Me too, I'm afraid. Alright, let's see what we get. I guess I'll start with the obvious. The model was made for promotional events, stuff like that. So people will remember the old Torosaurus and realize this was a reboot. Yeah, he does look different. People might not get it otherwise. And just as we thought, his horn is broken. So the model really is what killed the president? I think it's a distinct possibility, but there's one thing I don't quite understand. What's that? Miss Nichols, the model looks very heavy. How do you move it around? Oh, it comes apart. If you know the trick, it's not so hard. I guess if you didn't, you might struggle to figure it out. If you happen to not be a member of the cast or crew, for example. Once it's in pieces, could one person move it? Oh yeah, even I could. Maybe not very fast, but I could. Head jot down the organizer. I'm sure I remember that face from somewhere. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I know this cow. Funny, I was just thinking the exact same thing. Didn't we already bring that up? We know it from the President's plane, of course. We did. And from the auction. Yep. So President Wang's plushie was a soft toy version of the original Torosaurus. Can this really be just a coincidence? And the plushie's back in the organizer. There's a wooden table, sadly collapsed. Parts are badly scorched. That's weird. The head should be on that table. But the legs are broken. I guess Torosaurus is going back on there now. The scorched marks look particularly bad with the legs snapped off. I think there might have been some fire up here. Do you think that's what happened to the legs? Yes, and when the fire burned through the legs, the table would have collapsed, and the head would have fallen down to the ground below. You're right. The fire caused the head to fall. Indeed. I also happen to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'll make sure somebody moves them. But the stove didn't get used yesterday. Not while I was here anyway. Which makes the question of what could have started the fire all the more interesting. That's it. Okay. Investigation complete. Alright, I think that's just about wraps up our preliminary investigations. So he was killed by... yes, by a falling Torosaurus head. At least that seems the most likely explanation for now. It came down right on top of him, huh? Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, he's back. Well, they took their time, but here they are. Police, bodyguards, the whole gang. Mr. President! It's a little late for that, don't you think? Curses! Who did this? Whoever was made a big mistake. But I promise you this. They'll pay. I'm on the trail already. What? What do you mean? Our president may have been murdered, but that doesn't mean extraterritoriality applies. The local police have jurisdiction. Luckily, I know the right people to talk to, and I just got myself second into the case. Lowly one-man outfit or not, I'll be working this one. Sounds like you already have an idea of where you'd like to focus your inquiries. More than that, I've already got a sense of my prey. Take a look at this.
It's a printout from the security camera on the viewing platform at the top of the big building. Oh, that's. It's pointed at the elevator that leads onto the roof, so it records everybody goes up there. And in this particular case, record the president and his murderer, clear as day. What was Judge Gambit doing there? He's saying he suspects her of the murder? Mr. Edgeworth, I entrust my offering to the goddess to you, so that you may use it to call a final judgment onto Excelsior's winner. But murder goes against everything she believes in. Security camera footage jot down the unravel. The plot thickens, huh? Agent Lang, perhaps you could explain your thinking on the matter a little further. Oh, not so fast as back. I heard a little rumor while I was over at the big building. It was about you, Edgeworth. You're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? Ugh. Which means you don't have jurisdiction here. But you want to cross-examine me while I explain my thinking. Why would I agree to that? Curses. My power's gone. Hey, don't be like that. You were the one who was just talking about being a lonely one-man outfit. You know what? Maybe it should be you explaining your thinking to me. How come, even though you're not a prosecutor, you're still sticking your nose into this case? It's a valid question. Why am I still here? Perhaps I can clarify that with a question of my own, Agent Lang. Why are you so desperate to catch the person who murdered President Wang? Because above all else, you're an investigator. You're an investigator, correct? I'm desperate to catch a certain somebody myself. The person who orchestrated a murder at the big building yesterday. The person who put Kay's freedom in jeopardy, and who put her in grave danger. That person is out there somewhere right now, lurking in the shadows, laughing. And until I uncover the truth and make that person pay. It doesn't matter if I'm a prosecutor anymore. I'll keep fighting. Find the truth, and don't give up until you do. That's the rule I live by. May have the look of a smart guy, but you're a fool just like the rest of us. A fool! How dare you! That was just what I needed to hear. Fine, you're in. I've lost my minions and you lost your fancy title, but it seems neither of us is prepared to give up on this investigation. Now, it seems we're both so stubborn, how about we go head to head and thrash out the details? I'd be honored, but be warned, I won't be going easy on you. I'm an assassin to catch, and not even you're going to get in the way of that. Of course, I would expect no less. Let me show you the truth I tore from this case with my bare fangs. Nope, doing Lang's voice is not good in my voice. Alright, so this judge friend of yours met the president up on the roof. And then she pushed him, and he landed right here. This all happened at the night before last. The people had already cleared from the viewing platform, so it was just the two of them up there. And that pretty much sums it up, no doubt about it. She killed the president. They were completely alone. No bodyguards. None. I checked. Security detail had no idea he even went up there. Must have gone in secret. Maybe it was a conversation they didn't want anybody to hear. But what kind of conversation? How were the two of them even connected? He and the president spoke to the owner of the building ahead of time. They had him set aside the viewing platform just for the two of them. And it was the president asking. I guess the guy wasn't about to refuse. So the last person to see the president alive really could have been... Yep, Gavel. Did you say her name was? Her. His argument certainly isn't completely without merit, but I noticed at least one glaring hole in his reasoning. That's where I'll need to focus on my counterattack. Alright, so this judge friend of yours met the president up on the roof, blah blah blah. And she pushed him, she landed right here, that's what this all happened for the last. Landed right, but he wasn't here till yesterday. That's not including the crime scene notes. Oh yeah, so yesterday. So yeah.
There we go. Shilong Lang, former star agent of Interpol. How the mighty have fallen. What? Take a look at this picture. It's behind the scenes shot of some of the casting crew. Look at those smiles. Well, maybe not Sean's, but you know what I mean. And it was taken only yesterday. What? If Judge Gambit really did kill President Wang the night before last, the body would have been clearly visible in the background of this picture. Oh! Perhaps you should take a little more time to speak with those involved. After all, thorough witness interviews form the basis of any good investigation, as you should know. I don't think I've even seen you so bad, Mr. Edgeworth. You really do love backing your opponent into a corner, huh? Did Lotta just take a picture? Fine, you got me. I must say, it's been well, almost missed it. Perhaps you tried to stay a little calmer while conducting investigations in the future. Don't push your luck, Edgeworth. Lang Z says on scroll, the righteous anger of Wolf lasts 100 years. I won't be calmed down anytime soon. Not until we caught the president's killer. I want the same thing. We all do. Nonetheless, the body appeared last night. You have to accept that now. And there's one other thing you'll need to accept. The president didn't die from the fall. That's right. He was crushed by the falling head of a giant monster. The incident occurred here on the movie set. Not at the top of the big building. Says you, but that's just your theory. I'm not about to give up my own because of it. But it literally can't have happened the night before last. We just proved that with this picture. Did you? What if your friend Gavel pushed the president off the big building the night before last, and then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere? Here, but where? There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment. You could have hid it anywhere. And then come back a day later, last night, in other words, and take it out again. We just need to check the lot for trace evidence. We'll soon find where she put it. There won't be any need for that. What? This piece of evidence proves that Judge Gavel can't fit in the body. Oh, the movie set locks. She's not a member of the crew. Both entrances to this lot were locked, and we already know that the chain on the side gate was cut only last night. Judge Gavel had no idea getting in here to hide the body the night before last. But the murder has to have happened 2 nights ago. Why are you so set on believing that? Because you remember that picture was a printout from a video, and there was more. Why I still suspect Gavel? There's footage from you a dozen minutes after your friend was up on the roof of the president. It shows her heading back into the elevator, alone. You know what there's no footage of? The president himself leaving that roof. There's no other way he could have gone down from the top of the building that high. Unless he was pushed by Gavel. You say the president was never observed when returning from the viewing platform. Yeah, the camera was pointing at the elevator door the whole time. If anybody else come up or down, it would have been on the tape. In other words, the president's security camera ensured that nobody could have left unnoticed. I see. It's not good news for Judge Gavel. Security camera footage updating the organizer. Vanishing with rooftop hundreds of feet in the air? Yeah, that's a tricky one, alright. Indeed, even the Autogrosso can't actually fly. Well, not yet, anyhow. I just need a little more practice. Please don't tell me you think you can learn. Just like Kay at some point in the future gets a glider and uses that. Thing is, though, there's a hatch somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so it wouldn't specify there's an entrance to a hidden 51st floor if it wasn't relevant. It's probably relevant, so bam. Actually, there was another way. Apart from the elevator? What do you mean? You're not about to tell me you flew. Hey, that's what I said. You didn't need to. It was much simpler than that. Assuming the president knew what we know, of course, namely that the big building has a hidden 51st floor. What? That's right, a hidden floor. With a hidden entrance to the rooftop. If he left that way, he wouldn't have needed to ride the elevator. What? But you said it was hidden, right? That it was a secret? How would the president even know about it? It's an interesting question. One I don't have an answer to just yet. For now, this is just a theory. So what are we talking about exactly? What is this hidden floor of yours? Sounds like the kind of place your little ninja friend would happily spend time in. No, hang in there! Don't make me go back! Unfortunately, Kay's memories of it are far from happy. There's a secret storeroom up there where they kept the lots for an underground auction. The whole sordid scheme was uncovered just yesterday. An underground auction? What the heck are you trying to say? But the President Wang was involved somehow? I don't have any proof, but I certainly think it's a possibility. Yeah, based on what we've seen of him, he totally seems the type. Woo! No, he'd never do that. Not the President. Illegal underground auctions? No, he had nothing to do with it. Nothing. But what's going into him? I would be too feeling lucky, because when people start saying stuff like that, I start fighting. Huh. She went away. Kay's officially using a lot of heart as a human shield. You know nothing, none of you. You have no idea how much people love him, how well respected he is. Is that really true? I guess we know what lurks behind that seemingly respectable public face, but the people of Zhangfall clearly don't. I wonder if I should tell him the truth about his beloved president. No, what good would it do? It would only upset him more. Forgive me, Ajin Lang, I didn't mean to upset you. We spoke out of turn, both of us. I can only apologize. Apology accepted. And reciprocated. Sorry I got carried away. It's alright. It's alright, Kay. You can come out now. Sorry. It's fine. It's not you I'm upset with. It's the animal who killed the president. And a lot of hearts here. But ain't you just a fine figure of a man? All patriotic and stuff. Got that sort of thing. What are you talking about? Well, I got news, Mr. Patriot. Real good news. What? Ain't no way in heck you battled the president and moseyed on downstairs via 51. Really? I was looking down there in that storm the whole dang time. Eyes peeled like oranges. Of course, she would have already snuck in by that point. Miss R was in the 51st floor room the night before last, but didn't see the president pass through. Thanks. That's very useful to know. Well, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Guess my theory still stands, which means I'm not budging an inch. Nobody saw the president after he met with Gavel 2 nights ago. That's a fact. But it's also a fact that the body appeared only last night. How could the president have fallen from the roof 2 nights ago and only be found today? That seems a little slow as fall goes, wouldn't you say? Sure, there are questions that still need answering. I'll give you that. And I guess there's one thing we can both agree on. Oh yeah? What's that? The question of exactly what happened here yesterday. Will require further investigation. Yeah, I guess all we know for sure is that the body and footprints appeared during the night. Officer Lang, we'd like to hand the body off to the coroner if you don't mind. Fine, here's all yours. Just take care of him, okay? Those bodyguards have been standing in shock for the past 50 minutes. I don't think they're going to be moving anytime soon. Oh, one last thing. What? We found footprints near the body. I mean, you don't say. I mean, footprints in the footprint, if you will. Little ones in the big one. Human footprints in the monster print. Interesting. And what kind of prints? Sir, they were child's footprints, about the size of your average elementary school kid. What? Huh? Elementary school? No, it couldn't be. What now? Miss Nichols? Oh, I didn't mean to butt in, sorry. Was there something you wanted to say? What's she so scared of? There's something I have to tell you. You'll probably think it was pretty awful of me, but I'm sure it's nothing you need to be quite so nervous about. Well, what is it? Last night I came here. What? You came back to the set? Why? You didn't tell us for now. Well, I just wanted to. I was worried about him, so I came back to check on Sean, I mean. Sean, the boy. Makes sense.
Like, yeah, yes, you see, he stayed behind on his own last night to rehearse. Wow, he really takes the job seriously, huh? Well, this movie is his first lead role. And he's trying so hard to make it perfect. So she might have seen what happened last night. On what time was this? Let's see, it was already after 10, I think. It looked like it might be about to rain, so I got a little worried and came down. When I got here, well... You saw something, didn't you? Yes, Sean was there on his own, running his lines. And towering above him, there was this long, like really, really long neck. Neck? Yes, with skin like an enormous worm. It was like a dinosaur. Picture by Lotta. Oh, wait, you mean, it must be. Gordy, good old Gordy. You done gave me this up last time, y'all. Simon, Lizzo, but I got you now. What? Now Gordy's involved too? Yeah, I think it might be. I was as surprised as you are. Although, I guess Sean was practicing being a kid who could communicate with monsters. Ah, dang, you're right. He could be communicating with them for real. But real, with them little horn doohickeys of his. Okay, that is clearly the plastic sheets for the camera rig. Are you kidding me? Right, but it seemed like he was kind of looking up and talking right to him. It was like they were friends. It is pretty weird, right? Oh, dang, dude, this weird wearing a mustache on a mule. How can you cheat on his best monster spell like that? I fear movies and reality might be getting a little mixed up here. And you're absolutely certain that's what you saw. Oh, yes, but only for a moment. I was so shocked I just turned and ran. Well, how about that, Mr. Prosecutor? Another mysterious beast to contend with. Don't tell me you believe this nonsense, Agent Lang. The monster angle's neither here nor there. But I think we have a pretty good idea. Now who we need to speak to next. Young Mr. Fenn. If he really was here last night, then there's a good chance he saw something. My thoughts exactly. The prosecution calls Sean Fenn to the stand. He's not here. Sean went off just a moment ago. What? We need to go after him. Everyone run. 10:54 a.m. Run. There's a lot of cycle. Ah, where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home. You're right. They won't be doing any filming out today after all. Sure, maybe he went on the lam. Nah, you're just overthinking things, surely. He's a child, Agent Lang. There's no way he killed the president on his own. And who said he was on his own, huh? Maybe a monster gave him a hand. Maybe it's one of his creatures' features vows to help him. Yes, very funny. I'm not saying the kid did it. Not for sure anyway, not yet. But he's our most important witness right now, and we need to find him. Gumshoe! Mr. Edgeworth! Hey, it's Gummy! No, Gumshoe! You ran away! What was that about? Just goes to show you that your police force can't be trusted. Are you saying you intend to continue investigating the president's murder alone? Yeah, so what? Well, last time we met, you had about 800 other agents helping you. Sure, but I told you, I'm a lone wolf now. Got a problem with that? I don't need lackeys, and I don't need friends. All I need is things right here. Keep things nice and simple. No lackeys, no friends. Anyway, catch Bob around. I'm out of here. Walk away with my glasses. Things just don't get interesting. And it sounds like I got my work cut out for me. Two big beasties on the prow. Hoo-wee! There ain't a scoop. Survival country list one ain't no scumbag worthy of the name. I'm out of here. Wow, this all got kind of complicated, huh? It did. The Torosaurus footprints were bad enough. How Gordy? This might as well be a movie. Well, then we better get our Mazda on and shoes on. I suppose we had. Who's that? That's one of Agent Lang's old team. We've come across a few of them on previous cases, but this one's on his own. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Long time no see. How come you're not Agent Lang? Shifu. He's not technically my boss anymore. Really? What happened? You remember that case from a month ago, from a month or so back. The Otagarasu case. How could we forget? He made kind of a big mistake there. Came about as close to aiding and abetting a serious criminal as you can come and still keep your job. Indeed. I guess I was pretty close. Well, being Shifu, he took full responsibility, so they disbanded our team. Wow, that's harsh. But it explains why he's now a lone wolf, as he puts it. So, what are you doing here? Well, to tell you the truth, I was worried about him. I think he's been chasing ghosts. Ghosts from 12 years ago, to be precise. 12 years ago. What does that mean? Sorry, I already said too much. I better be on my way. Oh, he's gone. The plot thickens. These ghosts of Agent Langs. Could they have something to do with the case we're currently investigating? Well, looks like everybody left except us. What do we do now? Good question. This Hawk went off monster hunting, and I guess Agent Lang is busy trying to track down young Sean. Perhaps we should try investigating another angle. What kind of other angle? Somebody needs to get Judge Gabella's side of the story. Oh yeah, you're right. What did she say again? Please forgive me, but I better be on my way. I am to preside over the trial of Fifi Lagarde in a bit. I guess the trial will be beginning right about now. Indeed. I think we better head down there to the courthouse, don't you? Alright, let's go. Why not just take the taxi? There's a taxi right... Well, I guess Edgeworth has his car, so... Alright. That's it for the opening. Court is now in session. I see the heads of Eddie and Franziska. So I guess we know who the defense and prosecution are. Is the defense ready to proceed? You bet, Big G. Bring it on, Big G. The prosecution has been waiting for some time. The original attorney in this case, Rosie Ringer, was murdered, while the original prosecutor, Eustace Winter, has disappeared. So Fender and Franziska have taken over in their places. Very well. Let me begin by apologizing for the delayed start to these proceedings. The crime we are here to adjudicate took place in a prison, an institution of the judiciary. Blah. What's more, the fact that the defendant was the warden of said prison carries grave implications. These two factors combined caused pre-trial preparations to take more time than usual. And then the unfortunate passing of the attorney in charge, Miss Rosie Ringer, delayed the trial yet further. But now we are ready to begin at last. Miss Defender, Miss Von Karma, the court thanks you both for stepping in at such short notice. Ain't no sweat. Rose was your pal, right? So then this was our last case. Couldn't exactly say no, could I? You'll have to bear with me though, gang. Didn't exactly get a ton of time to read the paperwork. How about you, Fran? Everything cool over on your side? It's hardly the idea for the prosecutor in charge of the case to have to run off and abandon it. But justice can't sit around waiting for him to grow a spine. Well, the evidence has just been handed to me, so yes, I'm ready. Thank you both. Very well. Bring the accused Miss Fifi Lagarde to the stand. She has her... Wow, this is pretty cool, actually. I invite the prosecution to make his opening statement. Alright, the accused was... Let me stop you right there, darling. What is it, Miss Lagarde? Oh, I was just wondering if you could tell me something. That's something being on why on earth I'm here. Perhaps the opening statements will clarify that for you? But will they, do you? Really? Fine, carry on you must. I fully intend to, if you can stay quiet for one moment. The murder question happened at the prison where Mr. Lagarde worked as warden. The victim, one Blanco night, was being held in the detention center. But the prosecution's case will show that Mr. Lagarde took him from the holding cells and murdered him. And she did so with this knife. Huh? Is something the matter, Miss Von Karma? How can that... No, the evidence! What gives, Rand? Everything okay? The murder weapon. It's not here! And neither is Bodenhammer's chisel. What? Say it ain't so! Silence! Silence! Miss Von Karma, explain yourself! I wish I could, Your Honor. No murder weapon? Then what exactly are we all doing here? Really, darling, you shouldn't volunteer to prosecute a case you can't even keep the evidence safe.
I can only work with what the previous prosecutor gave me.
But winner strikes again. Hey, gee. What is it, Mr. Fender? Guess we know where this is going, huh? Let's kick this one down a little bit further, shall we? The court hereby denies the defense's request.
What? Don't be like that. What's the dealio?
She's absolutely right, of course. We simply can't have any more delays. Let's get on to show everybody how wonderfully innocent I am, shall we?
Innocent? I'll think you'll take this seriously.
Oh, but I am, darling. You don't have any evidence. Just said so yourself. In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? Without any, you can charge me with anything. Isn't that right, Verity, darling? It is.
What? What?
Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, the court hereby declares the accused people guard not guilty.
Whoa, hold the phone! Hold the phone there, Hasty Pants! You can't go dropping a verdict just like that!
Forgive me, but why is the defense objecting to this client being acquitted?
Don't be cute, kiddo. You know as well as I do that Miss Warden over there is guilty as all heck. And for the murder weapon, you were right there when we found it.
Mr. Fender, it is incumbent upon this court to see that fair judgment is afforded to all. And it is the instrument of the court. I cannot allow my experiences or opinions to interfere with my work. You must think of the judge. Judge Gavel, who was present when the murder weapon was found, and Judge Gavel, who you see before you in the courtroom today, as two entirely different people.
Gee, you're killing me here.
I have no choice but to pass judgment based on the evidence available.
And we have that evidence, just not here. Give me some time, just a little. I find it. I swear to you. The prosecutor hereby requests a recess. Oh, yeah. The defense does that too. Come on, Your Honor, don't do us like this.
Very well. The court accepts the request. Really, Verity, you won't help anybody bound to pressure like that, you know. There will be 15-minute recess. I suggest that both the prosecution and the defense use that time well.
Understood. Ew, say by the bell, huh?
Very well. We reconvene in 15 minutes.
Well, the trial's already gone off to an interesting start. And that's probably the quickest I've seen an Ace Attorney trial derail. But, oh, they were in the gallery. But we totally did find that knife, didn't we, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course we did.
Huh?
What's the matter, detective?
It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator. What? How?
The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel? Didn't we just figure out that isn't the murder weapon? You might recall that Mr. Connors hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way?
No. That's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there.
So did somebody steal it or what?
Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, look at that. Miss Barry, Mr. Saint, are you here to watch a trial?
Yeah, we heard it was going to be a real fun show. Do you know where we need to go?
It's the trial for the case victim for. It should be starting any minute now. Oh, we were late because of the practice, but it's somewhere around here, right?
Oh, Simeon, there's kind of a problem. They lost some evidence, the knife and the chisel. So they called a recess and kicked us all out of the courtroom.
What?
But no, they can't. They're not going to arrest you again, are they? Yeah, don't say that. No. Gee, I forgot how easy it was to upset you. Huh?
Oh, that's Francisca, isn't it?
How dare you embarrass me like that?
Speaking of easy to upset.
Is she ripping Eddie? Franarella, chill, okay, just chill. Come on, put the whip away, that's it. That idiot of a so-called prosecutor. I'll find him out. I'll make him eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Get me away! Mister, you gotta calm down. Kid's got a cuckoo. I guess I better at least try. You're on your own. Where are you going, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, nowhere. We're just looking at the doors here. I get it. Basic thief work, right? Making sure you know where all the exits are. If you're angling for a position that you ought to grasp his assistant, just say the word. Seeing as it's you, I'll let you skip the written test and the practical. Basically, the job is yours. Thank you. It's a very kind thought. Yeah, you're on your own. Oh, it's you. Good morning, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Francisca. You tend to be here, you know. You're not in the right line of work anymore. You should be at home planning whatever it is you plan to do with the rest of your life. The trial. What are you going to do, Francisca? You only have 15 minutes. Nah, don't you think I know that? And wipe that infuriatingly reasonable look off your face. You're like a news anchor calmly reading the news or something. It's unexasperating. It's probably better that I don't rise to that. I never imagined you would be the one prosecuting this case, Francisca. Nor did I, but what a case. The murder of a presidential bodyguard. And by the warden of the prison arrest. The murder weapon was probably entered in the evidence, and everything. Yet when you went to present the knife to the court, it wasn't there. That imbecile. Not only did he abandon his case, he made me look like a total fool. The next time I see another coward, I'll rip him into shape if it's nothing I do. You go ahead and do that, but quit taking it out on the people around him. I guess I need to represent something to Francisca. I'm gonna present this! This is President Zhang Fa! It is. Tushan Wang himself. His body was discovered just a short while ago. What? There must be some mistake. There isn't. I saw it with my own eyes. It's true. And are you suggesting that his death has something to do with my current case? No, not exactly. We were just hoping to speak with Judge... Myers Edgeworth, are you deliberately trying to distract me with its evidence? Ow! I'm sorry, I shouldn't have shown that to you. But, so you're saying you're going to start hiding things from me now? Ouch! I can't say anything right! Oh, maybe I shouldn't have shown that. Guys. I guess I'll talk to Fender. Game Master! Yeah, so you got your memory back, huh? Sure did. It's on me again. You've had me worried 6 ways till Sunday. Not that other game wasn't a blast. Not that other game wasn't a blast, too. Anyway, welcome back, kiddo. Bring it in. No. We need to be thinking about this trial right now, okay? Yeah, I guess they go pretty pear-shaped in there, huh? We need to dig up this missing evidence, lickety-split. But we can't count on them putting the trial on hold much longer. Yeah, as a stumper, alright. If only some kind soul would offer to go find it for us. That's an expectant look if I ever saw one. Can't help but notice you still haven't asked for your prosecutor's badge back, bucko. Finally decided to come walk the right path of righteousness with me, old man, huh? The committee has my badge, that was true, but I haven't given it up just yet. I'm still not ready to walk in my father's footsteps. No? Well, as long as there's a deadline, you do you for as long as you need. Your family office will be waiting to welcome you with open arms when you're done. Thank you, Fender. Yeah, if only somebody would go sniff out the evidence for us. I'm back to that again, by the way. Hey. Fine, we'll do it. Way to go, Milesio. You sure? I'll do what I can, but that might not be much in 15 minutes. Plan me will buy you as much time as we can, okay? Your G won't be banging the hammer in person until you made it back to the goods, I promise. Thank you. We're counting on you, Fender. And you, Francisco? How does that sound? What makes you think I'd accept your help? How about some advice instead? That you're seriously considering a new career as a news anchor?
Come on, Fran. Clocks are ticking, tick-tock in here. Time to step up to the plate. What a light. Fine. We'll store the trial for as long as we can. But you better get your ex-prosecutor behind in gear. You know, I quite like having you run errands for me. Maybe that could be your new career instead. I'm glad you're on board. I'm not gonna ignore that last bit. I can help you. I don't want to be arrested again. Oh, this sounds fun. Can I play? All right, that'd be very helpful for you both. Very well. Where shall we begin? I think we need to go speak to a certain somebody, don't you? Who would we need to speak to in order to find out where the evidence went? Probably Gavel. Huh? That's who we need to speak about the evidence? Yes, I think it is. Well, I don't. Ugh. Yeah, maybe it wasn't that person after all. It's probably Sebastian. not Sebastian. Probably Eustace. My bad. I may have just did that because, like, we originally came here to speak to Gavel, but I guess it's not happening yet. That's right. Suppose to custodian the evidence in question, Eustace Winter. Oh, new prosecutor guy? Okay, we're on it. Thank you, Mr. Saint. Alright then, I think we better huddle and talk tactics, huh, Fran? Just the two of us. Ow! Don't keep me waiting, Miles Edgeworth. I'll try not to. We'll be back as soon as we can. Fran, you better wait up now. All right, we need to find We need to find Mr. Winter, and fast. Oh, here's the person we're just going to talk to. Whoa, just Gavel. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, a pleasure as always. A pleasure? How is it a pleasure? And what was all that just now? Okay, stop it. But Judge Gavel knows that horrible woman's the killer. Why the heck would she? Evidence is the only language that the goddess justice understands. My own personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it. Is this all Judge Verity Gavel is? May believe my way of thinking to be heartless, but it is my way. To be this hard and unforgiving. There's something I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind. Please go ahead. What were you doing on the roof of the Bigg Building 2 nights ago? The roof? You met the president up there, didn't you? We've seen the security footage of the two of you. And is there something wrong with that? Only that his body was discovered this morning, right next to the very same building. Ooh. What? I think you understand what I'm getting at. You're considered a suspect. What happened between the two of you? Nothing. We simply talked for a few minutes. And when we were done, I left. I took the elevator back downstairs alone. How much we know to be true? As I said, we've seen the footage. And what business did you have with the leader of a foreign power? I'm not at liberty to say. I see. I'm not at liberty to leave until I have answers. In which case, there's only one thing for it. She is hiding something, and I have to get it out of her. We're gonna are we about to mind chess her? Alright. Judge Gavel met with the president of Zhang Fa the night before last. Oh boy. Yes, I admit it. We met on the roof of the Bigg Building. But it was simply to discuss professional matters. Matters I am not obliged to discuss with you. I'm clearly going to have to work hard to get your past professional defenses. If she puts up too impenetrable facade, I'll probably be better off biding my time. Or start by asking what she met the president to talk about. Mind chess comments. Perhaps you could begin by telling us what you met with the president wanting to discuss. As I told you, professional matters. Professional matters which I do not intend to share with you. I know the president personally. I'm so glad you understand. I must say, you're a very busy woman. A judge, a committee member, and an occasional aide to us in the field even. Thank you, I take my professional duties very seriously. And do those duties include meeting with foreign dignitaries? Yes, of course. From time to time. The law is my life. Nothing I do falls outside of scope of my duties.
You helped us this morning. Probably not that. It was only a short one. If you'd have nothing... Okay, that was wrong. No, wait! Okay, my bad. Hang on. You returned Kay's promise notebook to us just this morning. Surely you can't claim that fell within the scope of your duties. I am not yet a perfect servant to the law. That much is true. No, you are a human being. That was an act of simple human kindness. You have feelings, Judge Gambit, and you are allowed to have them. But the president's deaf, too. I can still hardly believe it. If I might ask, how did he die? He was crushed to death by the head of a monster known as Torosaurus. Forgive me, I should probably explain. Is that true? He died instead of the movie? He did. Interesting that you should even know what Torosaurus is. Oh, I imagine I must have heard about it from Eustace. Something about them shooting a movie somewhere near the Bigg Building. She isn't fooling anybody. She's clearly very upset about something. She mentioned Mr. Winter, who seems to have disappeared along with some vital evidence. Perhaps if she won't tell us what she discussed with the president, we should try to find out what else she might be hiding. I'm clearly getting under her skin. I need to dig further. Francisca stepped in to take Mr. Winter's place in the trial. But how is she supposed to prosecute the case if he never handed over all the evidence? My interest is solely in ensuring that a trial proceeds fairly once it has begun. And if once it has, while evidence cannot be presented, it should surprise no one if the accused goes free. You and the accused are both guilty. I am a judge, a servant of the law. My personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it. So you have no personal feelings when it comes to Mr. Winter's disappearance? Of course I do. I worry about him terribly too. Wait, two? Does that mean there's somebody else you're worried about as well? I imagine their identity might explain your strangely agitated state. I don't know what you're talking about. I am a servant of the law. My feelings are immaterial. You're not a servant, you're a person! We are all servants of the law. All of us do stand in the courtroom. But we're not superhuman. You, me, everybody else. We're just people underneath it all. Much as we'd like to bury our feelings and remain impartial, that simply is impossible. You are right, of course. I am in no fit state to offer impartial judgment. Please, Judge Gambit, just tell us the truth. What's going on? I'm... What do I do? What do I do? I've never seen her lose her composure like this. I should ask who this person is she's so worried about. The professional mask is finally beginning to slip. Perhaps now I can get to the human being underneath. Judge Gambit, who are you so worried about? And where are they? My apologies, but I simply cannot tell you that. I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. I should try another tack for now. The person you're so worried about, is it Torosaurus? I really don't have time for jokes, Mr. Edgeworth. It's not a joke. When I told you how the president was killed, you seemed surprised when I mentioned that he was crushed by Torosaurus. That was simply a shock at learning how he died. And we're a half-built scene still film set an FD lot. It sounds as if something about where he died is particularly troubling to you. No, that's not true at all. It's just, film sets are places where dreams are made, and instead, a great man met his end there. I only hope the utmost care is taken when the news is shared with the cast and crew. You're worried about his box office chances? I'm sorry, but I'm afraid the cast and crew already know. We met two of them at the scene. A crew member and a young actor, Sean Fenn. No! Why? Why did this have to happen? Something about the Torosaurus connection really seems to be upsetting her. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Judge Gambit, who are you so worried about? Where are they? My apologies, but I simply cannot tell you that. Oh, okay, so I don't have that clue. Yeah, I don't have that clue yet. Okay. The person he's so worried about is it Mr. Winter. He has not been seen since he discovered the truth about his father. Of course I'm worried about him, but this could also be a valuable test for him. You're just going to abandon him? A test is an ordeal. Mind my time. He chose to disappear, and he can choose to reappear. And the other person you're worried about can't. That's not something I'm at liberty to talk about. I don't know what might happen to that poor child if I did. You're calling Eustace that poor child? That poor child? Who are you talking about? No, nobody. Please, it was nothing. Ignore it. Judging by the look on her face, I definitely shouldn't. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Judge Gambit, okay. Time to deploy my clue. So this poor child is missing, and you're desperate to find them. Yeah. And since he's a child, I suppose we're right into this person is a minor. I can't answer, and I won't. It has no bearing whatsoever on the murder of the president. Time to deploy my clue. You seem to get very sensitive every time I mention Torosaurus. The poor child you mentioned has something to do with the movie, don't they? How did you... You're usually so cool and collecting. Your discomfort told me everything I need to know. Who is this poor child? You have to tell us. Very well. You figured out so much already. I might as well tell you the truth. The person I am so worried about, the person I'm so desperate to find, is Sean Fenn. Sean? But why? That is more than I can allow you to know. Judge Gambit, you said you would tell us the truth. And if you don't give it up voluntarily, we will have to force it from you. I'm afraid you're just going to have to accept that. I need to get her to tell me why she's so desperate to find Sean. Are you a fan? Are you a fan of Sean's, perhaps? Am I? Yes, I am. I am an ardent admirer of the work Sean Fenn, child actor extraordinaire. Extraordinaire? I'm not so sure. It doesn't sound a lot like you. I heard that he was filming near the Bigg Building. So I made it my business to learn where the set was, and some other important details. I see. I suppose it makes sense. As a fan, you'd want to know such things. I imagine you would also have tried to learn when you were supposed to be on set. Yes, of course. He said he'd be filming there all day today. You really are obsessed, aren't you? Make it sound like you heard that from Sean himself. I don't think you'd be sharing a schedule with a mere fan, do you? No, I mistook. Ignore me. Every slip of the tongue, she makes seem to be to do with Sean, and now we know she's spoken with him. That's an important clue. Do you know Sean personally? He is famous. I doubt there are many people who do not know him. I certainly didn't until today. And then you clearly need to be better informed. Perhaps I could teach you a few things. There was almost nothing I don't know about him. Forgive me. I let myself to get a little carried away. That seems to happen quite a bit when the subject of Sean comes up. Look, I do not know him personally. Simply know a lot about him. Time to deploy my clue. You must have spoken to him. I can understand you're being worried about Sean, but you seem a little too worried, and you implied before that you have spoken to him, which must surely mean that you know him personally. How did I do it so much? So the two of you are acquainted. This is surely an important clue. All right. We're trying to find Sean too. Do you have any idea where you might be? Well, why would I have any idea about that? The two of us aren't connected in any way at all. Time to deploy my clue. I don't know what exactly the connection is between you and Sean, but I know for certain that it exists. You've as good as told us that it does. Please, Judge Gambit, you have to help us try to find them. Help you? That would never be allowed. By whom? Cause of justice? By the one person who knows where he is. I mean, that's really the only conclusion to go with. At last, the puzzle pieces are finally starting to fall into place. I know why you're so reluctant to tell us anything about your relationship with Sean. Admit it. He's been kidnapped, hasn't he? No. Judge Gambit, I need you to tell me with the truth. All of it. Very well. This time, I will tell you everything. Your intuition was correct. Sean has been kidnapped. I knew it. But why does that have to do anything with you? Sean is... He's my son. What? Well, we may not have found out what she was we're talking about. But we found about something just as important. Sean has been abducted. Not exactly the endgame I was expecting, but that's checkmate nonetheless. Mine just checkmate. What? You're Sean's mom, Judge Gambit? No way! Come on, you're too young. It's true, I am Sean's mother. Look. Magazine clipping. An article about Sean. You always carry this with you? Yes, everywhere I go. I guess you could call it kind of talisman. That certainly speaks to the bond between them. And you're sure he's been kidnapped? Unfortunately, yes. I received a phone call from the kidnapper just before the trial began. Did they make any demands? Only one, that Fifilgard be found not guilty. Well, that simply explains what we saw in there. And without Eddie, you can't charge me with anything. Isn't that right, very dear darling? It is. Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, the evidence hereby declares the accused, Fifilgard, not guilty. That's why you came so close to declaring her innocent. I have failed in my duty to the law. I am a judge. If I cannot arbitrate with impartiality, I make a mockery of justice. And yet I tried to. I tried to force a ruling based on nothing but my own self-interest. Judge Gambit, the gods must be furious with me. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sacrifice my son to the altar of justice. The altar of justice could remain impartial when it mattered most. Of course you couldn't. Are you crazy? Okay. No parent could just give up on the child like that. If that makes the gods of justice mad, then I'm sorry, but she's wrong. If she really thinks that way, then she's the guilty one. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. Declaring the guard is guilty. That's bold. Kay is right. As I told you, though we all serve the law, we are also only human. And none of us could, or should, be expected to sacrifice a child for the sake of a verdict. Thank you, both of you. But the trial must continue. There is no escaping that. Your Honor, there you are. It seems it is time. That guard in the back over there by the doors has heard everything and will do nothing about it. Just give it out. My dad was a prosecutor. He was? Yeah, he used to work in a courtroom just like you do. And I was thinking about what he would have done if he was in your position right now. If a prosecutor were forced to insist that a clearly innocent suspect be found guilty, I know what he would have done. Anything, that's what. He would have done anything to get me back. He would. So what I'm trying to say is, you can trust us. What do you mean? To get him back, to snatch him from the jaws of danger. I'm the second yacht across you, and if you agree to trust me, I promise I'll get him back for you. The thief who steals only the truth, and perhaps one or two other things. Well, Judge Gambit, what do you say? Will you trust the great thief to steal back that which matters most to you? Mr. Edgeworth, I'd like to help too, if that's all right with you. Thank you.
I know I'm in no position to ask this of you, but please, see that he comes home safely.
Oh, we will. Don't worry. You can count on us.
Here, take my cell phone. The kidnapper may call again. I'll get it back, along with your son. I promise. I'll do everything I can to draw out the trial, but I don't imagine I can give you more than about 2 hours at best. 2 hours. That gives us until 2 p.m. Please, I'm counting on you.
And here I thought the great thief was on sabbatical. Well, honor your hat, because she's back in business. Alright, let's do this. My first commission. Can't afford to mess it up.
In that case, we'd better start looking right away. Where to begin?
Yeah, where the heck did he go?
We just went home.
You're right. They won't be doing any filming today after all. Sure, maybe when we're on the lam.
Perhaps we just see if Sean left any clues behind the big building.
Hey, what are you doing giving orders? This is a great thief operation. I'm in charge now.
If that's so, then what am I?
You're my assistant. First assistant of the great thief Yagarasu. Talk about an honor.
I've been relegated to a thief's assistant.
Alright, let's go to work. Team Yagarasu, move out.
She's very excited about this.
Alright, here you are, ready. On 3. Just follow my lead. You'll be fine, okay?
What exactly are you talking about?
Even in the depths of night.
He's not gonna...
Hey, your turn, keep up, will you? Why are you making me do this? Because the great thief Yagarasu just arrived at the scene of the crime, dummy. How is anybody supposed to know that if we don't announce our appearance?
You may be a thief. I most certainly am not.
Ah, fine, I'll do my own. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares take flight, one alone soars to shine in the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yagarasu.
I am very much aware of who you are, thank you. Now shall we get on with this investigation?
You're no fun at all.
We don't have time for fun. We have less than 2 hours, in fact. We'd better get started.
Alright, well, we have the photo. Let's show it to a few people, see if it jogs any memories.
I see Powers down there.
If it is, it will Powers.
Oh, hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Long time no see.
Wait,
This is Will Powers. He's an action star I met in an old case. He's also the man behind the mask, the one and only Steel Samurai. He's the only one I remember from that case. Everyone else was unimportant. Long time no see indeed.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday. Great thief. Mr. Edgeworth has been working as my assistant.
Good to meet you, but the thief? Mr. Edgeworth has been assisting a thief? Let's not worry about that for now. We'd like to ask you about what happened this morning, if that's alright. Sure. I don't know if I can be much help to you, but sure. So you'd be one of Sean's work colleagues. I guess we better just dive right in. I'll go ahead and present the picture first. What is that face? Feels like you're right there behind the scenes, huh? This has been such a great shoot. Everybody's so into it. Crew, cast, everybody. Sure, it's not always been easy, but we kept smiling right through it all. What an atmosphere. And now how did this happen? There's not much we can do right now about the fact that the shooting has been suspended. But if we can solve the case, maybe there's a chance the movie can get back on schedule. Another reason to do what we came here to do. I heard you were investigating this one, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, yes. I'm not the prosecutor in charge, of course. But if you're Cahill's assistant, I guess this is her case? No, that's simply...
I can see you're an intelligent man. You're right, of course. I'm in charge of this one.
Don't encourage her.
Alright, I'll need you to give me straight answers. First of all, this case. Have you noticed anything... perhaps you could give me your impressions.
It's not supposed to sound like me. My impressions. I guess my main concern is no offense to the victim, but is it all over for the abduction? Are we done? I can't help but worry. I think it's probably safe to assume that you are, at least for now. Right. I knew it. What a bummer. We don't have a location for much longer either. Because we were due to finish shooting soon. No, because they were due to start building. And that lot won't be empty for long. They were letting us use it while they got ready to make a start. I guess the plan was to shoot the rest on the lot back at Global Studios. I've been so worried about everything. What with the people spreading all these rumors too. Rumors? Yeah, this journalist keeps coming around. Y'all been hiding real monsters on that set of yours. Y'all can do that. I'm gonna expose you. Y'all can't do that. I'm gonna expose y'all. She's always saying stuff like that. I think I know exactly who this journalist might be. Yeah, the photographer, right? I thought you maybe knew her. But you're not, are you? I didn't know monsters, I mean. You kidding? If they had real monsters to call on, I'd be out of a job. I guess that means he's playing the Mighty Mozilla. So you've all been working hard in the movie. Yeah, it's the first time I've been on a reboot of an old series. This one's been a real challenge for me and everybody else over the Global Studios. If only they'd put this kind of engine to making a new Steel Samurai show or something. What role are you playing on this one? Me? I'm Taurus Source himself. No way! So you're the star? Well, not quite. Look, I'm in a costume, see, my face won't ever appear on screen. Really? Still, that's pretty amazing. I wish I could wear a costume like that. Hey, do you think I could try it on sometime? I'd sell for just climbing inside one of the horns. I'd love to say yes, but that's not how it works. You can't really climb inside that part. Oh, I get it, because I'm an outsider, right? That's not the issue at all here, Kay. Can I ask you a couple questions about Sean? Sean? Oh, sure. Penny told me what happened. He just disappeared, right? Yeah, sounds like him. Does he do that a lot? Yeah, kinda. If we take 5 minutes shoot, you look around sometimes and he's just gone. Do you have any idea where you might have headed off to? Sorry, no. I did see him leaving the set though. Huh? You did? And where was he headed? He got on the site bus. But I was checking some equipment over, and by the time I looked back up, he was gone. The site bus. I wonder if he left any clues behind. Do you mind if we take a look inside the bus, Mr. Powers? Sure, you'll have to excuse the mess, though. Alright, let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can find. Where would Sean have been sitting? Sean? Oh, that's his seat with a backpack on it. Nope. There's something poking out of it. A videotape. Huh. We use these when we're shooting. Why would Sean have one? Was there something we wanted to record? This could be a clue. Do you have a way for us to check what's on the tape? Sure, there's a couple of monitors set up right over there. Alright, hitting play. It's Sean, and is he rehearsing his lines? Sean was there on his own, running his lines. There's a clearly visible footprint right there, which means this must be from last night. Yeah, he does this sometimes. When he's not happy with a scene, he borrows the equipment and goes over it on his own time. Wow, he's really dedicated, huh? Sure is. He may be young, but he takes his craft seriously. You gotta admire it. Well, that part of it, at least. The using the kit part without asking part, not so much. And he would have been able to use the equipment on his own. Sure, if all he wanted to do was shoot something pretty basic. Huh? What is it, Kay? Where did Sean go? He went off somewhere. And just left the camera running. It stopped. I guess he ran out of tape. So that's all that's on there? Sean's rehearsal? Interesting. There's an array of filming equipment here. Are you getting ready to shoot something? No, nothing scheduled for today at this location. It's just a case has gone missing. A case? What is he talking about? Yeah, all that stuff there is normally stored inside a large case. But I looked away for 5 minutes and it's wandered off somewhere. Sounds like there's a thief around here. Looks like it was taken. Just the case, as far as I can tell. Why only take that? I would have been more interested in what was inside it myself. I guess whoever took it must have needed the case more than its contents. Did they need something put in? Did they need to put something in it? We still have the three footprints from earlier.
It's a map of the area around Bigg Building. Let's take a closer look. Oh, this looks familiar. The Sunshine Coliseum. They hold all kinds of events there. Yeah, I wanted to go to the World Thief Symposium, but they canceled it this year. It was so cool. These all over the planet all gathered in one place. I mean, there was that thing when they arrested pretty much everybody who attended, I guess. And some people did say the whole thing was just a trap set by the police. And yet you still wanted to go, and yet you still wanted to go. That's a call. That's a more of a call for than a callback. This is the big building itself. So that's where we are right now. It's kind of cool looking, and I still can't quite bring myself to like it. But I'm not surprised. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you never wanted to come here again. Hey, when this is all over, when we have the whole case wrapped up, can we maybe come here just for fun? We can be gummy too. Don't let the past drag you down, do you? It's an admirable quality, I guess. Let's think about that later, shall we, Kay? The case isn't over just yet. Can't afford to start making plans before it's done. Right. Yeah. No, fine. Now let's hurry up and solve this little mystery, shall we? Whoops, there's something of interest here. I don't really buy into all that stuff, but they do say the light from the sun in the morning gives you more wrinkles, right? Why are we talking about this? What do you think? Because they called it morning tan bark. I'd certainly like to be basking in the morning sunshine without a care in the world right now. There's a piece of garbage processing facility right next to the fishing port here. Do they process garbage to pull out the sea or something? I guess they might, but I doubt that's all they deal with. So what else? Oh, like garbage washing stuff on shore, shells, and fish ponds and stuff? Well, who throws that stuff in there in the first place, huh? They should be ashamed of themselves. Didn't they ever hear of recycling? You can, like, make earrings or necklaces, and yeah. Let's talk about this another time, shall we, Kay? Is that everything? Dusk Street. Nope, that's not it. The Sundown Sanitation Plant. Wait, do they make cleaning products here or something? Sadly not. I think they just incinerate all the garbage the trucks bring back. By the way, Kay, you seem a little antsy. Oh, there's nothing. Hey, did you see up there on the other corner of the map? There's another garbage facility. Indeed there is. I imagine it's probably just fulfills a slightly different function. There seems to be quite a few such facilities in the area. Yeah, this place is littered with them. Really? That's what you were so excited about? Our third-rate pun. Okay, looks like that's everything. A very good day to you, Prosecutor Edgeworth, sir. Oh, I'm not a prosecutor anymore. But he doesn't need to know that, I guess. Good day to you, officer. Ask why you've been posted here. Me? Oh, I just keep an eye on things. Excellent. Then perhaps you could tell me if any vehicles have come in or out of here this morning. Not except this taxi and that blue truck over there, sir. Only 2 vehicles have come in or out. That could be useful to know. Oh, hey there, pal. Why the long face, huh? Everything you ought to maybe lighten up a little. Did you take on any passengers here this morning? Does which you're throwing your hat? You bet I did. Just one fair, mind you. And who was the passenger? Yeah, it was 2 guys. Had on these black suits, real sharp looking. Did they have a boy with them? This boy. Nah, like I said, it was just 2 of them. All right, never mind. Thank you for your help. I thought we might be onto something there, but no luck. Sean, you in there? No sign of him here either. Kind of thought that basket in the back of the truck would look suspicious. She's not wrong, it does. I forgot what I was going to say. Huh? What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? You're just pointing in the air. Right? You're touching the truck. The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while. No way. You can tell just from that? And if it's been parked here for a while, I guess the driver might not be nearby either. We don't really have time to stand around waiting until they get back.
It's half past midday. It's half past midday already. You think Judge Cavell and the others were doing okay? I'm not sure. How long is it realistically possible to drag out proceedings, I wonder? We have to find Sean. Indeed we do. Ah, heck, not like that, dang it. Who is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I didn't think we're gonna get a scoop like that. Sorry, Chief, my bad. How many times I gotta say it? We're scoop fiends. We're all critters that survive on scoops and scoops alone. Every second we ain't scooping, we're starving. The scoop or die out here. Yes, Chief. Well, look who it is. Although I can't help but wish it wasn't. When did those two get here? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. We should go talk to him. Should we? Fine. I really don't want to, Kay. It's worse. It's not just one of them this time. It's both of them together. Tabby Lloyd. Miss Lloyd calls you Chief, doesn't she? Sure does. Because that's exactly what I am. She's my #1 cub reporter. Seems my unique brand of shadowing bug got her eye, so she came to me to learn the trade. She can be a scribbler, not a snapper, but both of us are hungry for scoop soup 24/7. And besides, he doesn't want to be called Chief, right? Miss Hart's pictures were what drew Miss Lloyd to her. I suppose there's no surprise that this particular Chief attracted friends with such unique tastes. Sure, she doesn't score no big stories just yet, but she's hungry. Boy, she is. Hungrier than me, even. And if she wants Torosaurus, because she's just better than the coyote and wants chicken. She's been turning this place upside down all day looking for leads. She has? Maybe she knows something about about the kidnapping. I think we should ask her, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Agreed. We need all the help we need all the help we can get to find Sean. I can think of one piece of evidence that might encourage her to tell us what we need to know. So now that the story of the underground auction is in the bag, what's next? Come on, it's being asked. Torosaurus, that's what. Fate done dropped him by my dang lap. Stuck it upstairs to cover the auction. And then he shows up right in the doorstep and some big old footprints everywhere for good measure. And do you have a particular news outlet in mind for this big scoop? Ha! Does a bear do his business in the woods? Got me 2 or 3 of mine. Be all over this like a rash. Heck, there's even one right here in the big building. Tapping me, we're in and out of here. We're in and out of there all the time. I mean, mostly on account of how fond they seem to be of throwing us out on our ears, but still. Sounds as if they're both more than it. It sounds as if they're both more out than in. Miss Lloyd. Well, my good friend Ruffles. Good to see y'all again. And you, Miss Lloyd. But how come you're here, if you don't mind me asking? Miss Lloyd, the accusation of murder made against you was, of course, entirely groundless. But the fact remains that you were willing to participate in the staged assassination attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak with you about the matter. You should be aware that you may well be punished for your actions. Well, they kinda dropped the whole case out of nowhere. Packed me up, shipped me home without so much as a slap on the wrist. Guess it was their way of saying, you keep up the good work now. They did seem kinda keen to get me to never ever mention the whole thing ever again, though. Yes, because you were once part of the official story of the attempt to the president's life. And they can't afford to have you get in the way of that. But, Mr. Edgeworth, telling Tabby not to talk is like trying to stop a dam from bursting with a piece of tape. Huh. Not exactly the most delicate way of putting it. Oh, the whole thing too, of course. Every last detail, plus a few of my own. Handed out to the paper, hopes all on high. I know, but nothing, not a peep. Somebody putting pressure on them. What are the details you added a little too gratuitous, perhaps? Both seem equally plausible, unfortunately. What are you doing here at the Bigg Building? Are you reporting on something? Hey, maybe I didn't make this clear enough the first time we met. But you don't want a reporter to scratch your back. You gotta scratch yours first if you catch my meaning. You mean you want me to give you something you can use for an article? Bingo! And it better be good. Because if it ain't, this conversation's over. We do need to know about what might have happened to Sean. Perhaps I could show her a piece of evidence and see if she has anything to give me in return. Well, you know what? Probably this. Prosecutor delves in his pocket. After considerable fumbling, he reveals, sorry, you're gonna have to help me out here, Waffles. Ugh, never mind. Guess she knows nothing about that. Wow, I would have thought that'd be it. Nope, not that one either. Would be the tape?
Nope, not the tape. I'm probably just gonna be trying everything until I get it. Footprints. Yep. She's the riding lines down by even the thought for her own safety. Yep, the chief is a real champion trip, alright. Hey, that's so, Mr. Edgeworth. Can I say no comment? Perhaps we should reserve judgment on that until we know a little more. Nah, I'm more of a judge now than Leo kind of got myself. Nothing else to tell the readers? Only that, I'd like you to consider giving a little more impartial in your reporting. Nah, I'm more of a gated to your eyes so they love you more kind of gal. Yeah, my audience is mostly the good old chief. I wish you'd at least try to take things seriously. What if I presented this? No. Hang on, let me back out real quick and check to see I got some logic. Yeah, I definitely have some logic. Hang on. Ah, man, I thought for sure that'd be it. What, do I, like, connect these? Nope. I'm guessing I'm still missing something to connect everything. Well, hang on. I guess I'll go one at a time, or... Nope, that wasn't... There you go. This picture. Say no more, Ruffles. I already know what you're gonna ask. Oh, you do. You're looking for him, right? The kid. What? You just can't get out from under the drama, huh? Wherever he goes, the bodies follow, Mr. Edgeworth. Trouble magnet. Pretty much sums you up, right? Is my reputation really so sordid, huh? And now, you done got yourself wrapped up in the kidnapping, too. Crazy. Huh? How do you know about that? Shh, pipe down, will ya? Can't be talking about this stuff too loud. I ain't even told the chief about it. Gotta keep it on the down low, okay? That ain't a cat I want out of the bag just yet. Seriously, how you know about it? Surely Judge Gambit hasn't told anybody except us. I bet you just love to know, wouldn't you? Well, you can't. It's a secret. She's as stubborn as ever, it seems. Hey, quit staring at me like that. I ain't sharing nothing with that thundercloud of a face. What she knows. So, you know something, right? Sure do. Truth is, I done saw it. Little kid being bundled up by two shady characters in black suits. What? Do you know where they went? Nope, don't got a clue. It was kind of far away when I spotted them. Lost sight pretty quick. Dang it. Still, at least we know something about our kidnappers now. Yes, two men in black. Good to know. Finally, I can logic something. So we've learned a little something about the kidnappers. Miss Lloyd saw two men taking Sean away, and the taxi driver remembers giving two similar-looking men a ride. But it must be the same people, right? I'd say it's a distinct possibility, yes, but there's one thing that doesn't make sense. The taxi driver said specifically that the two men didn't have a child with them. That's where the case comes in. They put him in the case. I had a feeling like the case is gonna connect them somehow. Could it be the kidnappers who stole the case? Wait, you mean... Yes. What if they put Sean inside it? He's little enough that he fit, I guess. So the reason the taxi driver didn't see him might be that he was loaded into the truck as baggage. But why did they need to hide him? I imagine they might not have planned to originally, but they didn't account for being police presence here in the plaza. Right, that makes sense. They didn't want the officer on duty to see them going off with Sean. So they took a rather drastic measure. That must be it. All right, let's go see what the taxi driver could tell us. The two men you told us about, did they have any baggage with them? Boy, did they. Giant case. Wasn't easy getting that thing into the truck, I tell ya. That sells it. They must have been the kidnappers. Where'd you take these two men, if you don't mind me asking? Look, I can see this is important. How about I give you a ride there? That's a great idea. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, thank you. My pleasure, folks. Investigation complete.
We almost 1 o'clock. That's not good. We only have an hour left. Did he have to drive that fast? Feels kind of queasy. Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You look a little green yourself. I'm fine. The driver said he took the men to the garage of his house right here, which means this must be where they brought the case. No, wait, look at the name on the mailbox. The name? What? Excelsior's winner! This must be that chairman guy's house. What? Excelsior's winner ordered St. John's kidnapping? Isn't he currently under arrest? Nice, the garage door's unlocked. You spotted that quickly, although I guess I probably shouldn't be surprised. It smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winter Senior must be something of a motorhead. Anybody home? No? Anybody? Or are we K? Common house thieves. You take that back. We're great thieves. Don't let me ever you say it different. Have some self-respect, Mr. Edgeworth. She didn't like that at all. Anyways, seems nobody's around, which hopefully means we're not at risk of being arrested. Don't you go down yet. We're only just getting started here. Now let's find out some treasures. Aren't we supposed to be looking for Sean? No way, this bike is super cool. There's even a skull over the headlight. Huh. I suppose it's designed so that the eyes light up when you turn it on. Really? Wow. I bet it's still nothing compared to when you get that steely glint in your eyes. My eyes don't actually light up, Kay. I think we know what this is. Yes, this has to be it. The equipment case that Best Powers told us was stolen. They pulled a little Sean up and packed him in there and shipped him all the way here, huh? He's a boy, Kay, not a piece of equipment. And it's possible that he's still here. Then we better find him. My reputation as a great thief is riding on this, and yours is my assistant. Sure it is. Look, a treasure! These are mechanic gloves. They're designed to be worn when fixing vehicles or working with machines. Covered in oil, looks like it must be from a machine, too. And strangely dirt. An awful lot of dirt. I doubt they would have gotten like that from motorcycle maintenance. I hate the guy, but I have to admit, I like his gloves a lot. You think we can maybe come up with a good excuse to, borrow them? I was about to take them into evidence, but now I'm not so sure that's a good idea. She's gonna steal them later on. Let's see, what else do we have to check out? Look at these huge bags of flour, Mr. Edgeworth. If we had some water and bowling pin, we could make us some delicious fresh noodles. I like them nice and firm, don't you? You have to boil them just the right amount. That's not flour, Kay, it's cement. If you mix it with water, it will become very, very firm indeed. Really? Wow, cement noodles. Yeah, those are probably kind of sticking in your throat, huh? Just a little, Kay. Just a little. Anything else around here? Okay, nothing else is coming up, it seems. Oh, shovel. There's a sledgehammer and a shovel and a bunch of other heavy-duty tools here. That thing makes Judge Gavella's hammer look puny. If I ever become a judge, I'm getting one like this. I doubt you make yourself a very popular swinging one of those around in the courtroom. Really? Fine. Why was swing the shovel around instead? Then it wouldn't be a courtroom, it would be a circus. Promise me you won't do that. Oh. Oh. There's somebody in the back there. Sean, is that you? Sean, stay right there. We're coming. Huh? That's... Oh, shoot. That's not Sean at all. But, Mr. Winter, what was he doing here? Wait, this is the Chairman Winter's house, right? Which means... Yes, it's Mr. Winter's home too, presumably. So how did he wind up like this? Untime, Kay, quickly.
A little extra rope work, huh? Leave it to me. Alright, like this, and through there, and you're free. Are you okay, Eustace? He's frozen in shock, hey? He looks like he's been through hell. How did you come to be tied up down here? I don't know! You found me, why didn't you tell me? Because we don't know, which is why we're asking. I'm not sure you're going to be able to get much out of him like this. No, in which case, there's only one thing for it. Wait, you mean... I hate to beat a man while he's down, but it might be the only way. Are you sure? Look, don't go too hard on him, okay? You might push him over the edge. Understood. I'll tread carefully, I promise. Though I can't promise I'll be very good at it. I think I know what's coming, so I'm gonna save real quick. In case I get a game over. I've never held back against my opponents before, after all. This is good. If we're getting to what I think we're about to get to, this is gonna be so funny. And also gonna feel really bad afterwards. The last time we saw him, he was running out of the courtroom. How did he wind up here? You don't understand. You don't know what it's like being me. Oh shoot, this better be the last. This has to be the final mine chest boss. He's been through a lot. It's going to be hard to go. It's going to be hard to know what might cause him to lose control. In which case, I guess I may just have to quietly listen to what he has to say. Why me? Why am I always the last one to know? Butt of every joke. Clearly has questions. I'll have to do my best to try to answer them. But he's also clearly in no fit state for this. I'll need to try and finish this quickly. I should figure out what he needs to hear, and then try to calm him down. Is this gonna be it? You're a total failure! Tell me what's on your mind! You're a total failure of a human being! I have to do it for the achievement. For the achievement, I have to do it. I've noticed something over the short time we've known one another, Eustace. You're totally, utterly worthless. Don't you think you just try to learn to eat this from scratch? What? Calm down, I'm not done yet. I don't care. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear what anyone has to say. Ugh, I pushed him too far. How could you, sir? Why don't you just leave me alone? You think I'm going to trust you? I don't trust anybody anymore. Curses. I had to do it. For the achievement. Oh, I feel bad now. Let's try that again, shall we? Alright, once more into the breach. Tell me what's on your mind. Just take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind, Eustace. No, I will not. If I did, it's not like you'd listen to me. I can pretend to listen. You're right, I won't. What is this? Why aren't you shouting? Object. You always shout objection. Objection. Hold it. What if I just bide my time again? What? You're really going to listen to me? Learning the truth about your father can't have been easy. I can only sympathize. That wasn't the hard part. The hard part was losing everything. I haven't had a single morning. Ah, poor you. No, that's terrible. Everything I thought I worked for, it was all a lie. That just made it happen. So tell me, Edgeworth, what am I supposed to believe in now? You're gonna lose faith in everything but yourself. That you have to believe in. But you don't have to do it alone. Experience, I can't give you. But knowledge, that I'm happy to offer. I had some time to think while I was tied up like that. And I realized something. I'm not cut out to be a prosecutor. I'm incompetent. I don't even know the right word. I think you mean incompetent. You don't even know that much. I shouldn't really correct him. Oh, wait. Nope. Okay. This one gave yours? You're trying to make me feel even worse? No! Calm down, please. Seems I chose the wrong moment to stay quiet. He's crying so much it's making him hard to read. Is he sad or angry? He cries either way.
so it's impossible to tell. Just have to ignore his tears and concentrate on what he says. I had to do that whole thing again. Getting back to where I was. I think the word you're looking for is incompetent. But judging one's own incompetence is notoriously difficult, so I need you to trust me on something. You're getting better at this, Eustace. Day by day, inch by inch, I swear it. Now, I need to ask you something. Will you help me out? Sure. What do you want to know? Well, first of all, thank you for calming down. Next, I want you to tell me about your kidnapping. I need you to be as detailed as possible, Eustace. Tell me everything you remember seeing and hearing. Why would somebody kidnap you, only to take you back to your own home? Don't you think I would want to know that too? I'm the victim here. What are you asking me for? How am I supposed to know? You're no victim. Give me something to work with here. Hang on. They locked me up in that box, and then they locked me up in here. I was scared. I was so scared. Huh. Did you happen to overhear anything that your kidnappers might have said? I think one said, if you want to blame somebody, blame the guy who owns this house. The owner of this house. That's your father, isn't it? It is? I guess it is, huh? Oh, I get it. The kidnappers were people who hated my dad. That's not it. At least, not based on what else we know of the situation. But there was some kind of link between the kidnappers and Winter Sr. That could be a clue. Do you have any idea what somebody might have wanted to kidnap you? What do you mean? Why does anyone want to kidnap anybody? For a ransom, right? I mean, he's not wrong in that front. To an extent, he's not wrong. I need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. Do you have any idea who your kidnappers might have been? No, of course I don't. If I did, I'd have told you already. Time to deploy my clue. Your captor wanted you easily at hand, in a way you could be more convenient than one's own home. I hate to break it to you, Eustace, but the kidnapping was ordered by your father. What? You don't think he wanted me out of the way? That he was going to kill me? Of course not. Maybe. What good would that have done him? His own son, dead in the family garage, would instantly become the prime suspect. That's, not the... Not sure that's the right words, but okay. You're right. Okay, so why did he have me kidnapped? Well, it won't have been for a ransom, not his own son. That wouldn't make sense. So his motive for the kidnapping must have been for something else. This could be an important clue. Time to deploy my clue. Why would somebody kidnap their own child if they were planning on demanding a ransom? Yeah, that is kind of weird. Did anything odd happen during the kidnapping? No, I just answered their stupid question, then they grabbed me. The question. What did they ask you? No, stop looking at me like that. What was it again? Oh, yeah, they asked me if I knew Gavel. Of course. Things are starting to fall into place now. Wait a second, did they kidnap Eustace thinking he was Sean? That's so fun. You telling me Excelsius hired these guys and he didn't show them a picture of who they were supposed to kidnap? Wow, of all the ways they could have messed that up. Your father, his goal wasn't to kidnap you. He was out to kidnap Judge Gavel's son, Sean Fenn, because he wanted to force her honor into declaring Warner LaGarde not guilty. Wait, Gavel is his son? And it was also LaGarde we found not guilty? I think you were mistaken for Sean, and that's why you were kidnapped. But what? You mean I went for all that by mistake? Wait, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that would explain the part where... Where what? Have you remembered something? No, it's nothing. Nothing. Useless. Meaningless. Just go. Leave me alone already. That sounds good. I think I pushed him as far as he could reasonably be pushed. I have to calm him down, get him to tell me what it is he just remembered. Just by his fragile demeanor, I'd say he's still suffering considerably. I need to help him get back on his feet. You remember something just now. What was it? I don't remember anything. All I remember is him. Him? You mean your father? No, I didn't mean to bring him up. I'm nothing compared to him. I never made prosecutor. You didn't help me. I've been wanting to ask about that for some time. Why did you become a prosecutor? What do you mean? You think it too, don't you? That wasn't meant to be one. I'm not good enough. You're not good. You are not good enough. No, but I'm good enough. It's the same thing, will you? You chose this path. Why? You must have a reason. It's not like that. There's no big reason behind it at all. The reason's stupid, dumb, and not important. I bet it is stupid and dumb. I know that already. None of those are good. Those aren't good options. Like I said, it's stupid. It doesn't have much to anybody except me. I've often felt much the same way about my own reasons for becoming a prosecutor. Really? You have? But you're a real one. A good one. A success. Even my dad, the chairman of the committee, said so. You wanted your father's approval. I can well understand that. You can? I thought if I became the best prosecutor out there, he'd probably accept me for who I am. I just want to not be useless. You're not covering for your father in any way, you're not covering for your father in any way, are you? What? No, I won't cover him ever again. Wait, why would I after what he's done? You have a strong desire to be of use to him, so he'll approve of you. Is that fair to say? I mean, why can't I be? Just once in my stupid life. Why can't I make it better? Why can't I clean his name? It's clear his name. It isn't possible to clean a name, Eustace, but you can clear one. Huh? I never knew that. In your father's case, though, it's going to be hard. His crimes continue, as your kidnapping shows. Knowing that, do you still think you can help him? But what else do I have? What else am I supposed to do? You don't have to be the better man. Why don't you be the better man and rise above the father who made a fool of you? Stare him straight in the eyes and stop him from committing any more crimes. Hey, you're right. I'll prove him wrong about me. I'll prove him wrong about everything. That seems to have calmed him down again. Now I just need to get him to tell me what happened to the evidence. Let's see if I can't get him to give the courage he'll need to stand up to his father. What's the connection between your father and Warden Lagarde? Sorry, I don't know much about that. You can't think of anything. Even the smallest morsel can be a valuable clue. Oh, I think they maybe worked together once, and And? What is it? What else have you remembered? I think she got the job at the prison because my dad recommended her. Interesting. Did he have any particular reason to recommend her? I guess he thought she was good at her job? Like, me. You're jealous of her? He doesn't like you at all, does he? Oh, man. I think they knew each other from back when he was the chief prosecutor. What was he like back then? Was he different at all? Oh, he was amazing. There wasn't a piece of evidence he didn't know, or a case file he hadn't read. An intimate knowledge of cases and the evidence pertaining to them. That could be an important clue. Key pieces of evidence from the Lagarde trial failed to make it to the courtroom. As the prosecutor in charge, they were your responsibility. Did you misplace them somehow? No, that's not what happened. You haven't heard my side of the story. No, you listen to my side of the story. I don't want to hear your excuses. I know they're wrong, but I love the options. They're very funny to read out. I thought I was putting them in the safest place where it was, but oh, what do I do? What do I do? He seems drowning in his own self-doubt again. Guess I'd better send out a lifeboat and bring him in. I think I know where you thought would be the safest place possible. With your father. Isn't that correct? Ugh. But, he told me it would be all safe with him. He said there was safer. Well, I'm afraid he betrayed your trust, and in the ugliest way possible. So he got rid of it? Why, Dad, what were you thinking? Your father wanted to obscure the truth in order to ensure that Warden Lagarde was declared innocent. There's no easy way to say this, Eustace. He used you. What? Ah! There's a chance of the evidence still in Cameron Winter's possession, and we still don't know where Sean is. We need to get back out there and find him. It's all my fault. What do I do now? I can't stand by and watch him like this. He's had a brutal collision with reality he never knew existed. I should ask him what happens. I should ask him what he means to do now. Perhaps I can even help him figure that out. There's no way around it. The road ahead will be a hard one, but maybe this is fate, and maybe my job is to point him in the right direction. Do you mean to be like your father? To continue to ignore the truth? Come on, give me a break, will you? Can't a guy get a glass of human kindness when he needs one? Do you mean the milk of human kindness? You'll get no kindness from me. Are you talking about the milk of human kindness? I'm afraid that's not quite how the phrase is used. Huh? It's not? Listen, talking to you like this is helpful for me too. There was a time when there were truths I didn't want to face up either. But a good friend taught me the error of my ways. That's nice, but I don't have anybody like that. If you could muster the courage to try and find your feet again, I'd be very happy to help. You would? But only if you really mean to try. I don't want to be like my dad. You want to be better than him, don't you? Yes, Eustace, I see it now. Do you mean to continue working as a prosecutor, Eustace? I don't even want to think about that yet. After all, I only ever became one because of my dad. I probably shouldn't even think about carrying on, should I? The only person who can answer that question is you. Yeah, only you can decide what path you choose to walk. Then, I don't want to stop being a prosecutor. If I give up now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I just know it. So he intends to see this through. I'll bear that in mind. He's told me that he wishes to be better than his father, and that he wishes to remain a prosecutor. I'd take that to mean he wants to be a different kind of prosecutor than his father. That's the first important decision he's ever made for himself, and it tells us where he means to go next. So, what now, Eustace? Well, first I'm going to give this stupid jacket back. I don't deserve to wear it. My dad always said that clothes make you a man, but I'm no man. It's clothes make the man, Eustace. It is? Thanks, Edgeworth. I'm learning a lot from you today. That's good to hear. Now about that jacket. Why don't we make you into a prosecutor worthy of it? Alright, let's do it. Let's make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again. Don't get stupid. Oh, they'll still make fun of you. But how? How do I get there? Tell me, what do I need to do? I just don't know. I just don't know. If only he could remember his own words from a few minutes ago. The decision he made should serve as a good guide as to what he should do next. You want to remain a prosecutor, but walk a different path from your father, correct? It won't be easy. But the path you have chosen is that of the true prosecutor. And now that you have chosen it, when the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. You're lucky. I myself still haven't quite decided what to do with my life. But you have. And it's a choice you made all on your own. Now all you have to do is believe in yourself, and in the path you've chosen. Mistaken for Sean and kidnapped by his own father's underlings, and losing his belief in himself as a prosecutor after his father stole his evidence. He's been through so much in the span of a single day, more than I can imagine.
Well, it took a little longer than I thought it would, but that's checkmate. Pretty sure that's... So... Checkmate. That felt different than before. I think that was the last one. No, 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 no. No! What just happened? Wow! I don't think I've ever seen him move so fast. He's particularly speedy when it comes to running away from the things, it seems. And we're back here. We lost a bit of time from that. Ugh, we don't have much time left. I think we'd better check in with Fender. I want an update on what we discovered. And we need to know what's going on over at the courthouse. But Eustace ran off, right? Isn't he supposed to be the prosecutor in charge? We're just updating Fender. Nothing else would change. Francisco will continue for the prosecution. Okay. Is that really alright, though? It's going to have to be. Like you said, Eustace ran off. Ugh. Meanwhile... How long have we just been standing here stalling everything? Look, I hate to be a stickler for the details, but let's go over this just one more time, shall we? No murder of a nose means no conclusive proof means no conviction. That's all there is to it. Is that how is that how they're delaying the trial, just going back and forth about the murder weapon? That makes no sense. The fact that a murder weapon doesn't prove your client's innocence. Don't even come over there and whip it into you. Nah. Hey, darling, how much longer is this going to take? It's almost as if you're trying to drag this out for as long as possible. Sorry, Phoebes. If our friend's the prosecutor over there, she's stubborn as a freaking mule. Then give me a satisfactory explanation. Well, I'll just have to keep rapping you until you can. Seriously? He gets his own thoughts now. Seriously, I've already taken more licks than I've had birthdays. Come on, Miles, what's taking so long? I'm happy to buy you some time and all, but I'm taking a beating here. That was cool. Oops. Sorry, gee, this one's important. Mind if I take it? Fine. Fender. Miles Arena! Boy, am I ever glad to hear your voice. Welcome to the Void, by the way. How you doing? How are things on your end? Found Eustace. Sweet! And the knife and the chisel? Unfortunately, he entrusted both to his father's care, which means that Chairman Winner is the only person who knows where they are. Chairman Winner. But why would he... We're not quite sure of the specifics just yet, but we do know that Chairman Winner and Lord Guard have some sort of connection they'd rather others didn't know about. Gotcha. Alright, guess the next move will be Excelsior's Winner on the stand. Oh, best to hear the deets from the proverbial horse's mouth, right? I'll keep looking for the missing evidence. And for Sean. Let's shake a leg, will you, big guy? Can't keep this up. Can't keep this one going to the judges much longer. We're a Nat's whiskey from a verdict here. Understood. Wonder how long Judge Cavell's nerve can hold. This can't be easy for her. We need to hurry. How are things over at the courtroom of doom? How are things over at the courtroom of doom? They're going to call Chairman Winner to the stand. Who knows how that'll go for them? Yeah, he's always stooped to the evidence stealing and kidnapping. What else is he capable of? Exactly. Perhaps we should look over evidence we have relating to him just in case it might help. Good idea. Alright, leave it to me. Presenting a hot new piece of evidence fresh from the evidence oven. The gloves we found in his garage. Yes, I was thinking about those. Anything else? What about the case from the IS-7 incident? Chairman Winner was involved in that, right? Yes, he helped suppress the evidence. It's probably a good idea to have the notes on hand. This case, once again, in the evidence. Excellent. Do we have anything else? We sure do. Last but far from least, there's this. Your autograph pin. Okay. I asked for evidence related to Chairman Winner. Can you please try and take this seriously? Says the guy who spends his life presenting people with evidence that has nothing to do with anything. That's different. Wait, that's Eustace. Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Whoa! Rude, he totally ignored me. What was he doing in the big building? I wonder. Let's go inside and see if we can figure out what he was up to. Yes, good idea. We're back up here. Oh, the hatch is wide open. Maybe Eustace opened it? Did Eustace really come down here? Mr. Edgeworth, look! The safe is open! I guess maybe it did come down here. Better take a closer look. There's some stuff left in the safe. I think we better take a look, don't you? Yona will just have to forgive our prying. It is a document of some kind. Let's see. Yeah, a document. And there's a photo attached to it. Oh, this picture is of... Wow, that's Mr. Knight, right? The name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard. Why is the picture of him in here? What's this paperwork about? I'm not sure. Let's take a closer look. You were right, darling. There was some sort of connection between Knight and Connors. There's no been trying to find out who Connors plays his silly correspondence chess games with. Well, now we know. I'll be going Knight into my office for a third grilling tomorrow. And I'll make that warm admit he's Connors' lackey if it's the last thing I do. So you do your bit too, and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the plant to where we left it. Seems to be some sort of report on Knight. Yeah, it must be from right around the time he was killed. We know that Knight was killed while being interrogated in the prison warden's office. I think we can safely assume that this document was written by people of the guard, don't you? I'd say so. But who was it written for? Oh, I guess whoever owns the safe. And I'd say that's likely to be the auctioneer, Excelsior's winner himself. Proof that they really do know each other. Indeed. And not only that, it proves another connection. Huh? The guard and winner were trying to flush out Mr. Connors' henchmen. Oh, you mean Bot and Harmer Connors, right? Assassin guy with a soft spot for dogs? Yes, something links the three of them. Something they don't want anybody to know. But what? I don't know yet, but I suspect it has something to do with this case. For a night dated John down the organizer. What else we got? Wait, there's something else in here we haven't seen before. Oh, there's something on his finger. Let's take a close look, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a ring. An expensive looking one at that. Don't even think about it, Kay. What? I didn't say anything. Well, well, Mr. Knight. Your chess set and your ring are here too. All your possessions in one place. So basically the safe was full of evidence from the murder of the prison. It would seem so. Which means the missing knife and chisel might be here too. Knife, chisel, knife, chisel. No dice. There's nothing else here apart from Mr. Knight's stuff. Really? Curses. Knight may be dead. Curse you, Edgeworth! Our game isn't over yet. Hi. But he left unfinished business behind him. I think we need to find out what it was. Nice possessions, John down the... Wait a second. What was that? Well, that's not subtle at all. That's Halik's thing. That's Halik's ring thing right there. Could interest you in some cotton candy, perhaps? Oh no! I have ice cream too. But if I recall correctly, you weren't much of a fan. You, the killer. It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mister. Wow, we're really bringing back everyone for this last case, huh? It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you doing here? It's just as I said. I'm selling cotton candy. Can I really not interest you in some parting clouds? It's called very apt. Sweeter than death itself. So delicious you'll feel you're parting the clouds en route to heaven. He's the last person on Earth I'd accept candy from. I was something to ask you about my little message. Did you manage to figure it out yet? Congratulations on the case solved. Yet I can say we've seen this one already. Have you been watching us this whole time? Watching you? No, I prefer to think I've been watching over you. The stand here really is the most marvelous little vantage point. How are the two things any different? What does he want with us? The president's murder. Was that you? Oh no, my contract elapsed a little while ago. He was rather famous among us assassins, you know. The man who no one could kill. Notoriously stubborn despite multiple attempts over the years. And it wasn't just his brawn that kept him safe. He used bodyguards, body doubles, you name it. Certainly wasn't his brawn that kept him safe. Sadly, this time his bodyguards were nowhere to be found. And after Mr. Rook died to save him too.
As I said, it wasn't me. I do not kill without good reason. There's just something else I have to be grateful to Mr. Rook for. Thanks to him, I avoided killing someone entirely unworthy of my attention. Thanks to... What does that mean? The person who hired me deliberately misled me as to the identity of my target. Betrayal of trust, which I once soon forgot to forgive them. And that is why I'm currently doing all I can to track them down. And do you know what I think? I think you and I are looking for the same person. Is he talking about whoever it was that killed the president? And who is this person, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, come now, I can't tell you that. It's against the rules. Revealing the identity of a client is out of the question. I'd hardly stay in business long if people couldn't trust me now, would I? That doesn't mean there's anything to stop me from catching up with them in my free time. And what are you going to do when you find them? Why, dish out a little justice for the betrayal I suffered, of course. What? What are you saying? What's going to happen to them? I think you can imagine. Well, this hasn't exactly been a pleasant catch-up. But I shouldn't leave you completely in the dark. There's something you ought to know. Our mutual friend Bardet Homoconis, he escaped 3 days ago. What? Oh no. God, he vanished. 3 nights ago, to be exact, his cell was simply empty. Almost as if he knew I was coming to pay him a visit. Wait, Tequila went to visit Connors in prison? Does that mean he's the person Tequila was looking for? Now, I'd better not take up any more of your time. Well, we'll be seeing one another again soon, I'm sure. Let's both keep up the good work, shall we? We're on target to the ground in the end. First Tequila, now Connors. 2 assassins on the loose. Oh, that sound. Mr. Edgeworth, it's just Gavel's cell phone. Could it be Sean? How's it going, Miles? Whoever it is is using a voice changer. Who is this? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat. The ghost! You're the one who abducted Kay. Bingo! Well, we figured out, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. Again, here, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry, where's the speakerphone button? How surprised is anybody when she lost her memory like that? Talk about a curveball. Hey, I'm standing right here, you know. Never mind all that. I'm called to talk about something else. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winnow I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winnow kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? This must be the person who the killer was talking about. I also called to say thank you. I neither want or need your thanks. Sure, but you deserve them anyway. Guess the penny didn't drop yet, huh? You're right. I abducted Kay, as you put it. But why would I do that, That's right. Because I needed you to help me make sure that Winner got caught. No. If Kay was a suspect, you'd have looked into it. And if you looked into it, you'd be sure to unmask him eventually. After all, you're a genius, right? Everything worked out exactly like I planned it. Oh, but there's something else you should know. Something you didn't figure out yet. It was the Winner who kidnapped Judge Gavel's boy. You. How did you know about that? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. How could you have possibly known about that? She didn't even use her real name when she visited. She pretended to be Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, you want to know how I knew about the kidnapping? That one's nice and simple, at least. Because sweet innocent little Sean is here with me right now. What? No! Oh, sounds like that was a real surprise. If only I could see your faces. Okay, what do you say? Why don't you come and steal him back, just like you said you would? You wouldn't want the amazing Yanagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you? You even know about that? How can they possibly know so much? Oh, don't get the wrong idea about D-World Excelsius, by the way. Baba Winter is still a villain through and through. He wanted to kidnap Sean. I just got there first. So there were 2 kidnapping plots. Oh, what a bunch of clowns! Skins kidnapped his own son by mistake. Sean really there with you. Prove it. Put him on the phone. Oh, he's here, but I'm afraid I can't do that.
He's sleeping. So sweet. Then why should we believe you? You might not be the kidnapper at all. Look, you don't want to believe me, and that's up to you. What do you want? What's the end game here? Are you just trying to get Lagarde acquitted? Nope. I couldn't care less about whether they find her guilty or not. So whatever it is, they are not after the same thing as Chairman Winner. My endgame is going to have to stay a secret for now. Alright, nice talking to you. You guys have fun, okay? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track him down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice very highly. Oh, he hung up. Ugh. Who was that? I wish I knew, but they didn't give us enough to figure that out. Deliberately, I imagine. What? So we really have nothing to go on? That's not fair. They sure knew a whole lot about us. Indeed, they did. Right. It was uncanny how much they seemed to know. How is it possible that they were party to so much that happened in private? Right? They knew everything about the whole kidnapping situation too. We need to figure out how. Where were they getting their information from? Let's consider this carefully. What were the things they knew? You and the good judge. Okay, we just. I think becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Can I just skip that, please? I already know about this. So, knew about the detention center visit, the first commission one, and they knew about the kidnapping situation. That's it. Based on the specifics they mentioned, there's only one possible answer. I've got it. Okay, I know how they knew. Huh? Really? Whoever it was, they must have been able to hear us somehow. It's the only possible answer. What? Like they were eavesdropping on us? Think about what the kidnapper said. Oh, sounds like that was a real surprise. If only I could see your face. We just got that line again. If only I could see your faces. That means they couldn't. That means they couldn't. So they wouldn't be. So they weren't filming or following us. Okay, so what? They had a bug somewhere? Let me take a look at the stuff in my bag. Where could they have concealed it? We need to go back to what they said again. Yes, someone knew about something they shouldn't have. Judge Gafel's impromptu visit and our conversation in the visitor's room. Judge Gafel! Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat. What evidence did I have on my person at that point? The bug must be hidden here. The thing, because yeah, the pin was the only thing I had on me at that point. Okay, can I take a closer look at your badge? The Yagarasu pin? No, it's mine. What? Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, sure, you're a great thief's assistant now, but that doesn't mean you get to wear the pin right away. You have to earn it. I don't want to wear it. I want to check it for bugs. Huh? This whole thing? Let's take a look, shall we? Looks totally normal, but I guess by guessing if I flip it around or not. Well. Oh, there we go. Huh? Whoa! Huh. So I was right. Yagor's been updated. That was why I was still in the organizer. How did you know? Whoever it is we're dealing with, they came into close contact with you recently. When they knocked me unconscious, you mean? Precisely. Which made me think the bug must be one of your possessions. But they also overheard my conversation with Judge Gambit when he visited me. Something that would have been impossible if I didn't have the bug on my person at the time. I get it. So you thought back over what they let you keep hold of when they locked you up. Yes. All the case evidence I was carrying had been confiscated. Meaning the only thing it could possibly have been was your pin. So they were listening to us this whole time? And they heard everything we said? I suspect so. Everything to do with this case and more. Wait, they're probably listening to what we're saying right now. They may well be, yes. Hey, jerkface! Okay. Eavesdropping coward, why don't you come out and show yourself? Huh? What was that sound? Ow, 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 ouch, dang it. Huh? Oh, look, it's Tabby. Y'all should not have surprised a girl.
You gotta shout that loud without a word of warning? It would jump halfway out of my skin. Sorry. What's got you so ornery right now? Get a load of this. Seriously, I'll make a blood boil. It will, huh? I'm all ears. I wonder if we might be better off keeping it to ourselves, Kay. Assuming we don't want to be all over the front page of tomorrow's paper, that is. Oh, thanks. The only way it right into that. Ah, come on. Y'all no fun at all. I was counting you opening up and spilling the beans all over this here plaza. Better switch off the bug before I forget. Kay's bug data jot down the organizer. So, did y'all find that there kidnapped kitty? Speaking of which, the child you saw being taken away. Was it the boy in this photograph? Huh? Nah, that ain't him. The kid I saw looked dumber than mud, and even he did have some unfancy school uniform. No prizes for guessing who she means. Huh, so Miss Lloyd managed to confuse matters once again. I think we better take another look around. Back to square one. Hopefully we'll turn up some new information soon. Yikes! There's only 20 minutes left until 2. Are we going to make it in time? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, I just had a thought. It's about that phone call. There was a real noise in the background, right? There was. Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Ha! Now they really rate your chances of bringing the to justice particularly highly. Wait, she's right. We heard a loud bang right at the end. Could that provide a hint as to the kidnapper's location? A loud bang, you say. I see. Ugh, you stop eavesdropping. Boy, you never get any cuddly, do you, Ruffles? I guess I'll need to speak with Miss Lloyd, too. As much as I don't want to. Unfortunately, I think near... Oh! Hi, Gumshoe! Unfortunately, I think here's where I need to, stop for today. So that'll be it for now. Yeah, I guess I'll just save again and be safe. Really am enjoying the case so far. Wait a second. We're still in the beginning? I just realized we've been in that section for quite a while. I suppose we're still in the beginning. Anyways. And of course, I have 2 new achievements now, thanks to that. We got right over there. And how could you, sir? Man, I feel bad about it. I'm actually going to be working to get the rest of these achievements now, and then by the time I finish off this case, these will be the last 3 achievements I get. The achievement for finish case 5, the achievement for getting all the gallery options, and the achievement for getting everything. So that's my plan. So that means all these have to be done by the last of my stream. So that means about 4 case specifics I have to go back for, and then I have to look into every ladder and step ladder there is. That's gonna be something. So yep, that's it for now. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. If you want to know when the next Ace Investigated stream is running, I plan to stream tomorrow. So we'll see you guys again. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Till then, we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.